let's do this. All right, so welcome to Nat1Fun, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you had a great week. I had an awesome one. I'm looking awful green today. The reflection from the aurora above me apparently shining down on my shoulders. I hope everybody had a good week. Like I said, we had a great session yesterday with Game Prep Fridays. Man, last session was a doozy, huh? That was a fun one. We got a knockdown character. We had an epic, 2 epic kills in the final boss fight of the session. It was good times. Ran a little long, so we'll try to keep this one down to a decent time frame. Try not to run too long. But other than that, we have a few announcements to make. As I had said previously, about our sponsorship. We have a sponsorship from Dirt Cheap Dungeons. They had sent me some goods in the mail, some of their product. Pretty awesome stuff, and not gonna lie, wasn't paid to say anything good about them. Wasn't paid to say, hey, you know, definitely go out and buy this stuff. But after dealing with it and you know, going out there and actually seeing what it was, it is some pretty decent material. If you haven't already, definitely go check out our YouTube. I posted a video for you all to watch about the actual the actual product, the actual Dirt Cheap Dungeons. They sent me their castle set, they sent me their dungeon set, and some a little bit of extras. Thank you for the follow, Bearded DM. We jumped into your stream yesterday, and yeah, that was a lot of fun. So glad to see you here. Anyways, so sponsorship going well. Like I said, though, before we jump into the physical terrain aspect of the game that we're playing right now, I would definitely like to get all our minis printed and painted and make it look as professional as possible before we get started. So I do have everything ready to go dungeon set wise and dungeon dressing and everything like that, but we'll go ahead and get these characters done and we can actually get something going. So, I was so nervous with our first stream that I wasn't watching chat one up. Don't worry about it, Bearded. You do you. I'm glad the first session went well, though. Secondly, our monthly dice giveaway. Guys, if you type in ! dice giveaway in the title, you get a little information about this month's dice giveaway. Thanks to Brad for writing that up for me. Leodin or Ray, why don't you go ahead and take it away for us? Give us some information on these dice.
Oh, strolling through the internet, I stumbled upon these bumblebee dice that technically they're not. Technically they're electric. And they are black and a bright, vibrant yellow. And they are from Dyson V, and the bag, this isn't normally a big thing, is so nice and lush, but I just thought, considering Dan and all, that we needed a set of bumblebee dice to be this month's dice giveaway. So
it fits the aesthetic. It fits the aesthetic.
It does. It is. It's very on brand, as the kids would say. So we will do it the 3rd Saturday.
Correct.
So,
yeah, it's labeled in yeah, it's labeled in chat actually.
Oh, look at there, the 20th.
See, with
Brad,
Brad's help,
I don't even have to remember anymore.
yeah, with Brad's help, you know, things get done.
And you just have to be a subscriber.
Exactly. We did a giveaway not too long ago over on Twitter. Yeah, exactly. You got to be a subscriber and you got to be present during the giveaway. But on Twitter, we did another giveaway. We gave away some wonderful dice from Die Hard Dice. Beautiful dice. If you haven't seen our post on Twitter, go check us out there as well. Guys, we have every social media, legitimate. I think the only one we don't have is Snapchat. But what am I going to do? I'm going to, snap my wrist or something like that while I'm doing Game Prep Fridays or something. I don't know. I got nothing. my life's not super important, like, or not important, but it's not exciting, like, during the week. You know, I take care of the kids, and that's about it. That's my life. You don't want to see poopy diapers and you know, crying children on your Snapchat. So anyways, we have Instagram, we have Discord, we have Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, all of the above, guys. So if you are into any of that kind of stuff, especially keeping up with the community, check us out there. We post art, we post giveaways, we post funny memes. You know, being a stay-at-home dad, I have nothing in my spare time to do but make stupid-ass memes, and that's what I do, and then I post it on our social media. So if you like stupid memes, go follow us there, and some other good stuff too. You might win some fun free prizes. So social media, Dice, sponsor. Do we have anything else? We have a couple things coming down the line. Videos for, if you listen behind us, we got music behind us, made by our very own in-house composer, Makeshift. We will be posting videos up on YouTube and soon to be SoundCloud and stuff like that, to where you can go and listen to our custom campaign music over there as well. So I'll be working on those here in the near future. Secondly, let's talk fan art real quick. We got some incredible and amazing fan art during this last week and several weeks prior to this. I showed them prior to the stream, and I'm going to show them again during the mid-stream break. But guys, get out there and start making that fan art, because literally it makes my entire week to see people that involved and that bringing this story to life like you guys have. Just absolutely incredible talent out there. And here's the thing, we have stuff from black and white line drawings like stick figures all the way to fully rendered pieces of artwork that are just absolutely incredible to look upon. If you have something on your mind and you want to put it onto paper, throw it our way, and we'll throw some stuff back at you. You know, for people who are artists, we'll throw back free subscriptions, we'll throw back prizes, maybe even some merch eventually. We got a lot of stuff coming down the line. Oh yeah, let's plug our merch. Guys, if you didn't know, we also have merchandise. Does this work? Sure it does. There is our merch website. So if you want a shirt, if you want a mask that I don't have readily available, but I have a shirt and all that stuff that I ordered, guys, it's stuff. It's good stuff, not just stuff, but it's also good stuff. And some awesome looking stuff. And that's just one way to support the stream. You know, of course, if you subscribe, you'll get all kinds of other benefits as well, including some awesome emotes and dragons. So I hope that kind of entails what to expect here, and I'll stop taking up all this time. Does anybody else have anything else they'd like to say? Perfect.
Nope.
As always,
Per usual.
Yeah, per the usual. As always, we'll go ahead and get started. Thank you everybody for being here, and I hope you enjoy the stream. Here we go. Is there sound coming from the stream?
I do not hear the music.
No.
I just
Okay.
hear your microphone.
Strange. Give me 1 second, guys. 1 second. Let's go ahead and restart that. That's not gonna fly for me, and because that's gonna affect some other stuff that we have later on. So give me 1 second, and I'm gonna get this situated. I want that to play for sure.
When one thing works, another thing doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
The joys of streaming.
All right, let's see. Properties. Restart show. That's all fine. What about this? Does this work? That doesn't even work. Excellent. Nope. Nope. Just not going to work for us today. Okay, well that is off-putting and strange, to say the least. I don't know why it's not working. As long as you can hear me, I guess that's still okay. I don't want to take up too much time trying to fix this, as I figured it would work because I changed nothing. I don't know exactly why this wouldn't work in the first place.
Maybe we can take a peek around there during the mid break.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I just hate that it's
Can
a
you
stream
hear it?
intro. No, I cannot. That's why I was wondering. But we will do a wonderful what is it? Game changing flippy flop. You know, what's the thing they do in football? The audible. We'll pull an audible. And I will play it just straight off our YouTube channel because I don't give a crap.
Brilliant.
All right, so let's see. Uploads. This will be a good opportunity, by the way, guys, if you haven't already subscribed to our YouTube channel, to go out there and do it because it is straight up the best YouTube channel on the planet. Don't look that up, please. Let's see. And I will do this here and go to window, capture, add source. Properties. All right. So, as I said before, now if this doesn't work, I don't know what is going on, but here we go. All right, so let's get this thing started. Let's get the stream going, and I hope you enjoy the intro now that it is bougie and goofy. All right, here we go. Okay. Like I said, it was a little bit goofy, but we're here and we are ready to go. So last we left off, our intrepid adventurers, as they like to say, left off. Oh, nope. It's just going to go ahead and continue playing in the next video. I don't want that. No, our intrepid adventurers left off from East Haven, hot on the trail of a killer amongst the people, and they first wanted to sell off their magical cauldron that they had picked up from a evil hag that they had fought off just earlier in order to find the fisherman that had gone missing. So in order to sell off this cauldron, they went to Speaker Daneth Whalen's house, or the speaker's house, and sold him the cauldron, and in doing so was able to procure a gem worth 500 gold pieces and the promise of 4 additional gems. So with the promise of 2,500 gold pieces worth of gems, the team parted ways with the cauldron and set forth northward towards finding the killer. On their way north, they stumbled upon a strange white fox that had been basically stationed alongside the road, and upon finding this fox, they discovered that this fox was sentient and also speaking. This fox basically kind of coming up to them and explaining that he had been given this ability to speak by a druid, whose name was not the druid's name, but the fox's name was Kuku Abada. Decided to stick around with the party in order to procure maybe some rabbit or food in the future. And as the party continued on through the snow, they eventually ended up in Caer-Konig. Now, Caer-Konig was a very dreary town, nothing going on except for a lonely inn at the top of a hill. As they make their way in, the bartender tells them that there was people that had just recently came in and drank, even offered their services within the pub. Now, after finding out that they had already continued through the city, the team decided that they should continue as well. So they made their way north towards Caer-Konig. When they reach Caer-Konig, they see the settlement of Caer-Konig from a distance and see that there is an encampment of small merchant stalls just outside the city walls. And as they're passing by, they see the killer setting up as they had been previously described as wearing a sailor's outfit and of course not dressed for the winter cold. And as they make their way past them, they make their way inside of Caer-Konig to discover a long-lost friend, Trovis, a dragonborn, silver dragonborn, that is the town speaker of Caer-Konig. Now, Kinrava seems to have some sort of past with this man, as he graciously introduces himself to the party and takes them to the inn, the Northern Light Inn in the city. Inside of the inn, they met two other allies, one named Ali and one named Corey, two very not very humble, but very boisterous and very lively individuals, greeting them and telling them, all this stuff about what happened in the past and everything they wanted to tell them. Now, they decided to ask for assistance, but Trovis told them to keep the violence out of his city. So his only offer was to warn others that things were going to go down just outside the city. The team gathered up their resources and made their way towards the encampment and eventually met up with bandits and Torg's I always forget this name, Torg's company that sells goods for exploring. And as they met up with that, the female dwarf, Torga, the killer made themselves known, pulling them aside, giving them a round of about speech about honor and about, why he's doing these killings. They find out that he is doing these killings because of people who are avoiding being sacrificed to Auriel. He is a thrall to Auriel, and he is doing her bidding, gathering those who try to escape her everlasting rhyme. Battle goes on. A blizzard is called upon by the killer, and a winter wolf attacks as well. Olanu taking down the winter wolf, and finally, after Leodin actually takes a blow causing her to go unconscious, Kinrava finishes off Sefik Kaltro as he shatters into shards upon the snow. Don't know why that is in front. We will put it back there. And let's start up some music here in the background. Now, as they kind of gathered themselves, like I said before, Leodin rolled a natural 20 last game in order to basically revive herself from an unconscious state. And so Leodin, very injured, but still able to pull herself up out of the snow. we turn back over to Kinrava now. As she stands over the body of of the killer, lying down shattered across the ground. Kinrava, as you look down upon the scattered remains of the killer in front of you, a biting wind blows through your hair. The sound of crunching and crackling ice coming from the many pieces in the snow. Just about when you're ready to turn away, you hear and as you turn to look, you see lying down on the ground what looks to be like half of a face lying canted over just in front of you. Half of the face that's missing is replaced by jutting crystals of ice coming out of the side. Where there would normally be gore, it's just these beautiful crystalline shards coming out of its face. The face that you see is still present, but it's only half, and you can see that there's an eye left, a nose, and maybe like half a mouth. And you can see the look of emptiness as the single eye stares blankly into the sky. And it looks just blankly into the sky and says, "You will never stop the rhyme." More ice cracking and falling from the head. There is purity in the rhyme, is there not? The cold takes young or old, rich or poor, man or woman.
Kinrava steps on the face.
Okay. The face shatters into shards.
I really do hate it when they don't stop. She's going to turn around to see if she can see the others and see if the blizzard's still, well, if it's retreated a little bit now or stopped.
Well done, Kinrava.
Don't thank me just yet. And she's going to cast her eyes over a little bit to where those mercenaries were previously, just to see what they're doing right now.
Well, Abel, as you are recovering from your strikes from the killer, you had taken a pretty heavy blow across the chest, like from bottom of the chest almost all the way up to the shoulder. And strangely enough, though, as you have tried to kind of like gather yourself and make sure that you are not bleeding out or anything like that, the strike, as you look down, is like bluish in color, and it has a very cold feeling, as if like ice is being placed against your chest in that area. Leodin, and as you stand up, you yourself are very not yourself, if you will. You feel that the cold damage from when you were struck down, the cold damage is what took you over the edge, as the strike itself was bad enough, but the cold that coursed through your veins is the thing that took you down. And you have just like this, you feel cold, not just outside cold, but your core temperature, your core body feels cold. Kin, as you look over, you can see now that the people that were in Torga's company, you see Torga kind of jaunting over towards you, as the snowfall blizzard ends. You see a look of like surprise in her eyes.
Kinrava will walk over to where the others currently are and just make sure that they'll see how they're faring first.
How we looking, guys?
Alana faces Torga, her axe still drawn, waiting to see what her intent is.
Could one of you who still has the ability to restore someone see to Leoden, maybe? Just to make sure she's alright.
Yes. I'm gonna run over to Leoden.
Then
Are you alright? Here, let me help. I will cast Cure Wounds.
Okay.
It's 1d8. That's an 8.
Nice.
Plus spellcasting ability modifier. That's a total of 11.
Very nice. It's a good heal.
Thanks. Oh, that was rough. And it's cold.
I'm sorry. You found yourself alone out there on the battlefield. I won't run off next time.
Don't. We had to deal with him, and it's fine.
You're shivering.
We should probably get you guys somewhere
It's
warm.
really cold.
I agree. Kinrav will then look over to where Torga's come in and step up towards her.
She's got her hand kind of like placed back, kind of letting you guys talk amongst yourself and realizing, you know, that Leoden was gravely injured. She has her hand up, kind of holding back the bandits that had come up with like swords in hand. They sheathed their swords as she kind of like waves them back to the cart or the marketplace that they had set up. She approaches in the snow slowly. She sifts across, and she kind of just like looks beyond you guys to see if there's like anybody else around. She walks up to the group. Now, what was all that about?
Apparently he was some form of corrupted or some sort of ice magic user. Apparently he was a cultist of the ice goddess.
And he was brought back from the death.
He was the one who was killing all of the people that have been killed in the towns.
And she goes,
A worshipper of Oriel.
"Did you kill him then?"
Yes. Well, I suppose we destroyed him, undead and technical Yes, he is no more. I suspect he may very well have been one of the sacrifices to Oriel that...
And grimly, she'll kind of just like take a few steps forward and give you a big hug.
Oh.
And this is a very like masculine woman who very likes to carry herself in a like a tough manner, like a kind of just very, you know, but she's showing a lot of emotion at this point as she looks forward at you, and she kind of holds you back and she thank you. As she looks over at the group. You saved us. He had been holding us
You knew
hostage.
what he was?
Held hostage.
Aye.
Glad we
Showed
could
us he
help.
was all powerful. Made us do his bidding.
In that case, then, I think it would be fair if we had an amicable parting of ways. I don't think there needs to be any more violence tonight.
Aye, you'll be on your way, we'll be on ours. And she kind of just looks over at the body on the ground and kind of like shakes her head. Or of course, not the body, but the ice crystals that were the body. Shakes her head and she kind of like looks at the group, nods her head, and then makes her way back towards the marketplace. And you can see her talking with the bandit crew that she was with.
Laden, next time you find yourself singled out on the battlefield, lay low. I'm going to take off the winter wolf coat and hand it to her. I'll actually don it over her. Try to warm up a bit.
How about if we get everyone back to Caer-Konig? I'm sure Corey and Ali will be able to help us warm up. I'm pretty sure a warm fire sounds nice to most of us at the moment.
Yes, I agree.
Okay.
Yes.
And you guys can easily make your way back towards the entrance to Caer-Konig. You do, of course, have to pass by the marketplace, and you can see now the crew for Torgs is taking a few of their goods and like packing them away. A lot of them, of the three that are there, look pretty unhappy. Torg is just basically doing the same, packing up her stuff, kicking out one of the small fires that they had set up in order to cook. And it seems that she just kind of keeps an eye on you guys as you pass.
As everyone's heading towards Caer-Konig, Kinrava's just going to move up towards I'm Alanu and just say, Iceheart, I know you wanted to be the one to handle Ian's killer. I apologize for taking that opportunity out of your hands. I was hoping not to prevent him from escaping, but...
He's dead, that's all that matters.
All right.
You guys make your way back into Caer-Konig, and I will actually swap the map back over to Caer-Konig as well.
How do we have music now, but we didn't? What the hell's going on?
What's wrong?
We have music now, and it's so weird that it didn't work with the intro.
Oh, well, you have music in Roll20, if that's what you're saying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
the Roll20 is working. For some reason, the stream wasn't working when it came to music.
Okay.
So, anyways, as you can see, there's the different locations and stuff like that around around the. Actually, we'll take chat there as well. There we go. There are still different locations around the city of Caer-Konig, and you guys are coming from the left where it says to Caer-Dineval. So as you enter, you see that standing just outside the entrance to the city, kind of sequestered off from the rest of the surrounding area and just kind of like stationed right in the middle of the road, is what's his name, Trovis, and he looks to have a couple of people next to him, one very, very short halfling, and one just regular sized, average sized human next to him, both of which hold large pikes in order to what looks like defend if anything was to go on and happen. And Trovis walks up and kind of like sees you guys as you approach and says, "What the hell was all that about?"
Cultist of Auril. some sort of undead creature that was roaming around with that caravan.
You could change the weather?
Apparently, but he's been destroyed now.
Good. Glad y'all all right. What about the merchants?
They claimed they were being held against their will. I'm dubious of it, but they said they're going to be leaving soon, so I would honestly just let them leave, Trovos. That's one fight we're not capable of having right now.
Well, if you think it's best just to let them go, then all right. So, what now?
Now, I think we really need a warm fire.
Well, if there's one thing I can do that, was my voice changed that whole time, by the way? No? Man, everything's messed up. Anyways, I thought I had my voice changer on still. And like I was saying, there's a whole bunch of stuff going on, and I think I know a place where we can go get a fire. And let's talk along the way. Why don't we?
I do have something I wanted to ask you while we were here.
Okay, yeah. What is it?
When we were heading towards, well, Ali and Corey, I noticed that the lantern was missing.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny you should bring that up. Apparently some kind of thieves taking some stuff. There's been several occurrences now. That was just one of them.
Was that why you were out in the snow?
Well, no, as you know, we don't really have no militia here or nothing, so.
So you weren't just drunk and fell on the floor.
Oh, it's my job, Ken. You know that. I take care of the town, they take care of me. I was on guard, I was on duty.
Does giving you countless amounts of free alcohol count as taking care of you, Trovos?
It helps.
And any inclination on who it was, or who it is that's stealing?
I don't know much about what we're talking about, but all I do know is that Allie and Corey got some theories, and go talk to them. You know, that lantern's not the only thing that's come up missing. Just last week, pair of goats from the tavern. Just up and left, gone. Heard, up there at the Frozen Far expedition, pearl necklace that they had found up on the mountain just randomly went missing as well.
All within a night, or a 10-day, or...
Yeah, about all within a week. Probably a little bit over a 10-day, 11 or 12 days.
So we know it's not the merchants, right?
They wouldn't have come here by then. Besides, it's from the sounds of it, especially from the number of people we at least know he had killed, they seem to have stuck around the larger towns.
Any other new people showing up to town lately? Besides us?
I was about to say, y'all been the first visitors we've had for a good month now.
It's possible it's somebody in your town then.
I doubt it. There's not really there's not any space to hide two goats, really, except inside of a building.
Yeah, not too sure about that one myself. But like I said, let's get to the inn, get out of the cold.
Yeah.
And he walks you across the city again, or it walks you across the town. Doesn't take much to get across town. You can basically, as soon as you enter, you can see the Northern Light Inn from across town. You make your way down the hill and back around towards the town center, if you will, towards the inn. And again, you see obviously that the lantern is missing from over the top, where it had like a big wooden pole that juts out from the front of the building, and then dangling from that would have been the lantern. And you make your way inside. And as you make your way inside, behind closed doors, you can hear some bickering between two sisters as they are just fighting about something.
Oh no. Ali, Corey.
As you walk inside, you hear them bickering, and as soon as you say something, you can hear them stop, and you hear, "Quit it! Quit! They're here!" And she walks back out. She says, "Trovis, is everything all right?" Trovis, Yeah, everything's fine. Looks like they took care of whatever they needed to take care of. All right. Well, and she'll begin pouring up some ale, some drinks for everybody. She grabs her own. She walks up to you, the group, and they'll offer you some drinks.
Leoden, why don't you and the others sit next to the fire? If nothing else, it'll help you warm up a bit.
Abel, you still have that feeling of like coldness across the scar, or not scar, but across the cut on your chest. Leoden, as you enter, the feeling of cold has dissipated a bit. You are no longer like freezing cold as you enter into the building. But normally, as you are walking around Icewind Dale, your breath, you can see your breath directly in front of you, as if a cloud of smoke puffs every, second that you breathe. As you walk inside into this warm atmosphere, and everybody else seems to be doing just fine, Leoden, you still seem to be breathing out a cold wind of fog from your mouth.
Is there a fireplace in here?
Sure is, right over there, honey.
I'm gonna walk over to the fireplace and start taking off my armor. Just
Sorry,
the top,
it ain't
so
much,
that,
hun. We ain't got much for firewood around here.
Taking
Legion,
off
would
my
you like
armor
something
and-
warm to drink?
That would probably, yeah, that would be great if there is anything. That would be nice. I'm gonna
I'll turn
go over
to
by the fire.
Corey and Allie and ask, do you have anything hot to drink? Tea?
Even warm water would be fine, Corey.
Well, I can get you some water. I ain't never seen tea not around these parts, at least.
If you can fetch some water, I can heat it up for her.
Sure thing, hun. She disappears for a moment, then comes back.
Is Trovis grabbing alcohol, by the way?
Yeah, sure. I mean, he was handed alcohol by everybody else.
Kinrava's just gonna go over and take the mug from him and take a drink from his herself and walk off with it.
He'll kind of smile and laugh and let you take it away from him, and then go and grab some more. And she brings back a nice mug full of water to you, Kin.
Kinrava will cast prestidigitation to just heat it up so it's like really nice and toasty, and then hands it to Leoden.
Mm-hmm.
Leoden, would you mind if I tried casting Detect Magic on you? Because this is unusual.
Oh, the fact that I'm freezing from the inside out. Sure.
And since I have no spell slots, I'm going to have to use it as a ritual, so... Let me check how long this will actually take.
Believe it's 11 minutes,
Actually, with my Order of Scribes...
but you're an Order of Scribes.
I
so
can
it's
make it...
instantly.
I can make it one action. Yeah, I
Yep.
can make it one action. Thank
Yep.
God.
Order of
Thank you.
Scribes, ladies and gentlemen. Order of Scribes. So if you don't know the new Order of Scribes wizard, it allows you to basically cast ritual spells as if they were regular spells. So you are able to get the benefits of a ritual spell while using whatever time it takes to cast it normally. So 6 seconds later, detect magic goes off. And Kin, you do not detect any magic out of Leodin.
Any from Abel?
Nothing from Abel. Leodin's cape glows, but that's about it. Or, you know, her new
Taking
wolf.
nothing else in the place that's like glowing or anything.
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Well, it honestly just seems, at the very least, it doesn't seem like there's been any magic afflicted to you, so think of warm fire and some warm place to sleep will probably the best thing we can do for you right now.
If I
After
turn
I've,
into an icicle.
I think you'll be okay.
After I've opened up my armor, I'm just gonna sort of clean off some of the blood and look at the wound. How does the actual wound look?
So if you could compare like the what you would expect like a necrotic wound to look like, where it's like blackened like veins kind of coming from it, instead you see like bluish ice like veins coming from it, and as a matter of fact, like you even see like small forms of like snowflakes kind of forming.
So should I wonder if I've got the same?
You might
issue?
have it worse.
Oh, great.
Actually, Abel, could I try something?
Sure.
She's going to cast Firebolt and just hold the blue Firebolt in her hands. And sort of move it close to the wound to see if it actually melts any of the ice. Not actually touching the wound, just see if it, like, you know, does anything to the ice.
Abel,
on
what's
the
your
heat of it.
AC? No, I'm just kidding.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no, you light a firebolt off in your hands. Firebolt is extremely difficult to just handle as if it was like a torch in your hand. It is very volatile, and it very much is warbling versus like just sitting in your hand. It's like kind of warbling and shaking and growing and shrinking in size. It's very off-putting, Abel, as he brings it closer to your chest because it gets warmer and warmer as he approaches you, and to the point where it begins to like get a little bit toasty, and you kind of have to back away from it. And
Just be careful, Kinrava.
the wound, it does not melt the snow or anything on it or nothing like that.
Hmm.
Thank
I
you for the
start
Captain-
freaking out a
thank you
little
for the-
bit.
Thank you for the follow, Captain Yorgi.
I start freaking out a little bit and like trying to brush off any of the ice and snow, and it hurts as I'm like running my fingers across the wound.
Yeah.
You know, we'll just clap our hands together to sort of make the Firebolt go out.
Very cool effect of like, you do that and you see like little embers kind of float into the air and disappear.
Little blue embers floating around. That's really cool. Well, fire's also not working on it, and it's probably just the lingering effects of the bottle. You should be alright come the morning.
Grimly, is there anything you can do?
I can try. I'll just put my hand over the wound and use the last 5 of my lay on hands over the wound.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Lay on hands, 5 points. Back to you, Abel. And
I hope this helps.
Abel, you look down and you can see like the golden essence of healing close the wound ever so slowly. Normally, as you've been healed by Grimly before, even Leodin herself, your wounds have subsided and for all intents and purposes disappeared. But it seems this one is quite persistent. Even though you feel better, you look down and you can see a scar where that cut was. But as opposed to the like normal pinkish or red scar that you would see from somebody with a long-lasting scar, something like Grimly has across his eye, instead you see it's a shade of blue across your chest.
What the hell is wrong with this?
That's new.
I think this might just be the lingering effects of his weapons. When he perished, his weapons also shattered, so keep an eye on it, and maybe it should... hopefully it should improve by tomorrow.
How are you feeling, Leodin?
Cold. But like inside I'm cold.
Yeah. Everyone else is just feeling fine.
He didn't touch
I
me.
don't know if they were hit. I think it was just us.
I got a new appreciation for dog breath, if that makes any sense, after that hit from that wolf, but otherwise, I'm quite fine.
You all fought well today.
Thank you.
I abandoned Leodin again.
That's alright, everyone did.
To be fair, I don't think any of us could have seen each other in that blizzard.
That coward
Oh.
kept running.
And it would have been difficult to fight him altogether.
Kin, walking up behind you, Trovis just places his hands like on top of your shoulders and like looks over at the rest of the group. And he's like, well, I'm just glad y'all came back in one piece now.
Thank you for the drink.
Of course. Hey, if y'all need a room to stay, I'm sure they got plenty of room here at the inn.
Corey, Ali, would it be alright if we had some rooms for the night?
Of course, Kin, you're always welcome here. Corey will turn and say, well, hold on, let me clean up some rooms first at least.
Which reminds me, Trovis mentioned that you two had some theories about these thefts we've heard about going on in the town.
The thefts? Oh, yeah, the thefts. Well, sure. Ali speaks up and says, you know, I bet it was the dwarves. Yeah, no offense, sir, as she looks over at Grimly. But around here, they've been known to have some sticky fingers. They come from the mines back up at the big mountain off in the distance. I'm sure y'all saw it. Yeah, Kelvin's Cairn, exactly. There's some mines underneath it that a lot of dwarves come from. You see, they come from there down to the city, and they sell us mead. And they've been selling the hook, line, and sinker mead for quite some time now. They get quite rowdy, and I assume that that's probably where our stuff is going.
It's a broad assumption.
Corey will speak up as she's like walking up the stairs to go fix the rooms. And she'll say, no dwarf did this. No, they're too loud. And then looks over at you Grimly again. And she's basically like looking you up and down as she sees the armor that you wear. Someone would have spotted them either way. Nah, something else is going on here. Anyways, what What do drunk dwarves have to do with a lantern? What's the point of stealing that?
Have you found anything around? Like, has there been any spilled blood from them catching their fingers on anything, or footprints, or anything that can be used?
Haven't really done no investigation.
She just turns her head slowly, and she's given this exact expression to him.
And he just looks over at you. He says, "What? I'm not no detective, Ken. Come on. I'm here to protect and serve. That's it." Look, I'll tell you what. If y'all want to take it upon yourselves, you're more than welcome to help us.
I'll think on it, Trogus. Let's just at first ensure that... Let's just ensure that those injured tonight actually manage to make a full recovery.
Yeah, of course, of course. Is there anything I can get y'all, or what? Some more? Yeah, absolutely. You know what? Grimly, was it?
Yes.
The hook, line, and sinker, if you will, is just down the road. That's our local tavern. They got some good meat there. If you want to meet up with me later, they are supposedly having some kind of competition later.
Oh. Tonight?
Yep, tonight. You know, I may head there, but I also have plans to go fishing later tonight, or if any of you are up to throw a reel out into the lake. Not the reel, but the line.
I could. Sure. We'll think about it. Everyone's pretty exhausted, but I'm feeling all right.
Understandable. Y'all did some good today, you know? Deserve a little rest of your own.
Certainly.
Is there a more sheltered place that we could put the dogs?
Sheltered place? Not really.
Yes.
I mean, you can leave them outside out back.
Don't know. Got it.
I'm pretty sure the Frozen Far expeditions, they got a kennel just outside their place. If you ask nicely, they might let you house your pets there.
Well, Trovis, maybe I'll see you at the bar.
Yeah, sure thing. Hey, invite goes out to everybody else too.
Just don't drink too much, please.
He kind of just looks at you and says, "You got it." Hey.
I mean it, Trovos.
No, he kind of looks at you and says, "Look, I got it." He goes, "Look, Ken, glad to see you're all right. Glad to see you're all right."
Don't drink too little.
And he kind of just takes the glass that he has and just kind of finishes it up and places it on the shelf. He says, "Well, it'll be a few hours before the hook, line, and sinker has everything going and up and ready for the night. I'm just gonna go do my duties, do my rounds, go around the town, see if everybody's all right." Hey, look, if y'all got any questions, ask Allie and Corey. I'm sure they'll help you out. All right then. And he just exits.
I'm gonna see if I can house the dogs in the Frozen Far kennels. I'll be back. And
I'll come with
walk out.
you. If nothing else, it might help if I'm there to give a bit of a support for you.
Okay.
Keep your eyes peeled.
I'm gonna stay right here.
Yeah.
Abel. Care for a smoke?
I'm all right. I think I'm gonna go up to the room.
Olanu, Ken,
Get some rest.
You step outside, and the puppers that you had left right outside the city had followed you back in to the northern light. The northern light, excuse me. As you walk outside, they're just kind of sitting there, cuddled up together.
And Cuckoo.
And Cuckoo.
And
Oh.
Cuckoo.
Just making sure. Okay.
He ate the dogs. No, I'm just
Yep.
Damn it!
Cuckoo dog now. Yeah. No,
Give them
Cuckoo's
each
there.
a scratch. Cuckoo, if he'll let me.
He kind of like you reach for him. He's like, "It's okay. I don't." And he just sniffs your hand. He just look. He's very timid.
Do you like ear scratches?
I don't know. I like scratching
can I
my
try?
ears. And he just kind of like, you can see his eyes kind of thin, and then he kind of like leans in.
And start scratching.
Oh yeah, that's good. Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. This is slightly disconcerting when you can talk.
No, keep going, please.
She just grabs both hands.
To the
and
right.
starts
Oh,
swinging back and
yes!
forth.
Oh no. I'm
sorry,
gonna
chat.
imagine that every time I give my dog
Sorry,
ear
chat.
scratches now.
That's
I'm so glad my dog can't talk. Ooh.
yeah. Please don't stop. And he goes, "Oh, wow. Well, we got to make that a normal thing."
Leodin gives the best scratches.
Which one's that?
She's the one with the red hair, the braid. She has little flowers in it.
Oh, yeah, yes, I remember.
Yeah. But we're gonna find you some shelter for the night, if you'll come along.
Sure. Do they have rabbit?
Okay. Not very many places do. But it'll be a reprieve from the wind.
Okay. Well, I'll stay with you then.
Okay. And go walking towards.
Yep. Olanu, Kin,
Frozen
you're going with,
expedition.
yes. You guys head over to the Frozen Far Expeditions. When you arrive, you can see that there is a outside kennel that is basically just a fenced-in area, currently housing a group of 6 dogs that are all bundled up together. Just 6 huskies, all bundled up together in a large fur ball in the corner of the pen, and they all just look to be sleeping. Maybe one of them is eating, but other than that, it's just a group of huskies. But you arrive to the Frozen Far Expedition. You see that there is a large portion of this cabin that is basically just your basic log cabin, but there's a large overhang, and the large overhang looks to open up inside into like a room, and inside the room you see ropes, you see like all kinds of climbing gear, pittons, and basically your basic needs for mountain climbing.
We could replace some of the ropes that we lost.
True. But you'd best check the prices first.
Fair. Is there a proprietor inside?
Possibly, if you walk inside.
I'll walk
So
inside.
if you walk inside, you open the door, and when you open the door, there is a what looks to be some kind of like thing that knocks the door knocks into. It seems to be like a series of bones to signify an entrance through the doorway. As the bones shake and knock into each other, they sound kind of like a wind chime. And you enter, And when you do, you see an older gentleman. The older gentleman is kind of shorter, human. Looks to be wearing like basic leathers as opposed to general winter gear. And he has graying hair, but he has like a salt and pepper kind of look across his hair. And it's a very like, kind of like mine, kind of like slicked back, short on the sides.
Is
And he
it
sees-
warmer on the
go ahead.
interior?
No, not very much. It's not too much warmer as you get in. But he is dressed up in order to kind of like withstand the cold indoors, at least. Not in like a blizzard or anything like that, but he still is fine. It doesn't seem unnatural, is what I'm trying to say. And currently, he is just kind of whittling away at what looks to be kind of like a bone or ivory or something like that. And you walk in and he's like,
Good evening.
hello. And he has this
Hi.
look of like, what the fuck just walked through my door? As he looks at you, he's like, can I help you?
Would I know who this
Uh,
is?
No.
Yes, I have some animals I would like to pen up for the night. I was wondering if you offer that service.
It is not a normal service. Who are you?
My name is Iceheart. I'm staying at the inn with Kinrava and a couple more of our friends.
A dark elf and a giant. Very strange couple to bring dogs in.
I'm an old friend of Trovus.
Kinrava.
Yes.
Okay. He's told me a good amount about you. You, on the other hand, you are new.
I've never been here before.
Well, welcome to Frozen Far Expeditions. Are you here to keep your dogs, or can I interest you in some climbing gear, or even you can meet my compatriot, Jafra Farash. She can, if you are to take up an expedition to go to Kelvin's Cairn, she will very happily accompany you to the mountains.
Well, we were going to see if we could shelter the 2 dogs we have with us here for the night, since we're going to be, Trovus asked us to look into the thefts that's been happening around the town.
Oh, yes, the thieves. Are you looking for someone specific then? Because
Not
we
right.
just recently lost something.
A pearl necklace, if my notes are right. Yeah.
Yes,
Pearl
correct.
necklace, wasn't it?
We lost a series of pearl necklaces. It's more like beads. You see, I carved this bone here into different shapes and objects, and they stole a handful of them.
Are they particularly valuable?
Yeah, they could be valuable in the right hands.
I don't suppose you saw or heard anything, did you, before or after the theft occurred?
No, I mean, I didn't look around. I expected as much as I could to find anything, but I went straight to Trovis and told him that things had been stolen, and he told me that I was not the first. So I can expect as much that nothing will be done. But I am glad that you are here now if you are to look into this matter.
If you We would be interested in looking into it, but would you be willing to at least house the dogs here for one night just to help us out, so we don't have to worry about them during our investigation?
Sure, if you don't mind not feeding them, I don't have enough food to feed as much as I already have, let alone 2 more.
We can feed them before we leave them with you if you'd like.
This is fine, as long as they get along with me, my other dogs.
All right.
Also, how much for some rope?
Normal prices for rope. I don't know, I'd have to look at the Dungeon Master guide real quick for the rope prices. But it's normal price. Whatever it is, you get it at that price. I will find it. One second. It's a big catalog.
It looks like it's 1 GP.
I don't know how you can see it from across the room like that, but yes, it's 1 gold piece. He puts the book down and says, "Is there anything else you'd like? We have much more than just rope here."
Maybe
What else do you
later.
have?
We have everything you can see. It's we have rope, we have climbing gear, we have crampons, snowshoes. He just kind of looks over at everything. He goes, whatever you need to climb, we probably have it."
Maybe just the rope for now, but I may come back for some crampons.
Right then, 1 gold piece.
Okay. She gives him the gold.
Pleasure. How much rope is this? It says I am to give you
50.
50 feet worth.
Yes.
You can have 50 feet worth of rope.
Takes it.
What about you, Kinrava?
I'm all right, thank you, sir. I was just here to help my friend.
Very well. What time could I expect you in the morning then? I need to open up shop.
How about if we go by early morning? I'll be awake by that time anyway.
Very well.
Around 6-ish.
Well, I guess if there's nothing else, then if you don't need anything, I will continue whittling, and you, of course, can be on your way.
All right.
All right, Grimly, Leodin, Abel, as you chillax inside of the Northern Light, coming down the stairs, you see Allie and her sister, and Corey seems to be just talking up a storm. Allie seems to be just kind of rolling her eyes. They seem to have a lot of sisterly fights, and they make their way downstairs and see everybody kind of chilling and relaxing. Abel, the smaller or the taller one and the skinnier one, Allie, will make her way over towards you, and will sit next to you, and will be like, "Well, honey, it looks like you took a big hit. Are you all right?"
It's hard to say. The wound is slightly closed, but it feels strange. I doubt it's going to heal correctly.
Well, I don't know what to say except for thank you for not letting that monster come in this town.
It really took the effort of all of us. So don't just thank me, but Leodin and Grimly as well. And Kinrava, of course. I don't know where we'd be without her.
Well, Kin's always been good for us, good to us. I will say that anybody that makes friends with Kin sure knows how to deal with her quirky personality enough to deal with what's necessary.
I don't know if I do know how to deal with her personality just yet. She's a handful.
That she is, she is. I'll tell you what though, if there is anything I can do for you, just let me know. And she kind of gives you a wink. And she stands up and walks away, and Corey is like cleaning one of the tables, and as soon as she gets reached by Allie, Corey will like look over at her and will say something under her breath, and as she says something under her breath, Allie will like hit her on the shoulder and say, "Shut up!" and like walk behind the counter and start just doing the normal inn stuff.
So, if there's anything you need, you just ask that one. Anything. Anything you need.
Yeah, I heard her.
Alright, just making sure.
How are you feeling, Leiden? Still cold.
Cold. I need... Still cold from the inside.
Do you think another layer would help?
I don't know. No. Not unless you can, like, bust open my chest and put the layer inside my body and keep me from breathing smoke indoors by a fire.
Don't think I can do that.
I don't think you should. I think it'd kill me again.
Probably.
But, yeah. I don't know if Kinrava's right and we should just wait. But I also don't know what to do about it.
Yeah, I feel the same. I don't think this is just going to take care of itself, whatever this is. But what else can we do?
I don't know any other healers other than Grimly. And what
We
little
could.
I can do.
Could destroy Oriole. That would be nice. Might
True.
break you of whatever ice curse seems
You
to
think
be
it's-
taking over.
You think it's some sort of curse?
It looks unnatural.
I don't know anything about
Was-
that stuff.
I'll pray about it.
Yeah, I might fall asleep tonight. I might just stay awake and turn into a popsicle. Who knows? But the problem that I'm finding is the more I think about it, if we're cursed, does that mean that one of us is going to turn into him? And start just killing?
I hadn't thought about that.
He seemed more possessed from another entity. I don't think it was the same person.
I hope so. Anyway, I'm just trying to stay positive about it.
On a positive note, it seems something's going on over at the bar. Are you guys interested, or are you too tired?
Just cold. I don't know if I'm tired.
How about you, Abel?
I might go. Yeah.
I mean, if we go there, we can definitely figure out that it's not the dwarves stealing their stuff. Because that's the most ridiculous theory I've ever heard.
If this is some sort of curse and we die in our sleep tonight, I might as well spend the
Mhm.
last night drinking.
Oh, that's a good point.
I think we deserve a good night.
Might take my mandolin and maybe convince somebody to let me play. 'Cause I would like to play one more time if it's gonna be my last night.
Don't think like that. Let's have some fun, maybe.
All
If
right.
anyone
I'd like to
deserves a
hear-
good night, it's you, Grimly.
Agreed. You've had a lot of bad nights.
You have no idea, Leiden.
Oh, I know. That's just my guess.
Bunk buddies. Kinrava and Olanu, you make your way back to the inn.
Well, the dogs have been taken care of, and Cuckoo, by the way.
Thank you.
We have to talk about this fox at some point.
As you are making your way back, Olanu, you notice Cuckoo is not staying in the thing. Olanu, or SCB, Cuckoo is just following you like by your side.
God damn it.
Say nothing. Say nothing. Just say nothing.
Hey, Cuckoo, why don't you go ask Leiden for some scritches?
Oh, no.
Okay. Okay. And
Yep.
he walks up very timidly to Leoden. Hi, Leoden.
Hi.
Iceheart told me that you are the best at scritches. Are you
Like-
good at it?
Would you like some scratches? Like
Yes,
on
very
behind
much so.
the ears? Alright. I just start scratching behind his ears.
He just kind of like slumps down and curls up into a Firefox logo right in front of the fire.
And suddenly Leoden feels all warm and fuzzy inside, even despite
And she's cured!
Despite the
Cured by
cold,
the
Leoden
power
is
of
cured.
love.
the power of Cox cured.
Yep. Leoden, you do. You feel warm and cozy inside, yet your breath still emanates that fog.
Oh,
Actually, Cuckoo, you said a magic woman granted you sentience, didn't you?
Yeah.
she died.
Have you ever seen wounds like this?
He just looks up. Like what?
Abel, could you show him your wound, please?
I'll start unbuckling my shirt and armor. I'll expose my chest.
You hear like clinging and clanging of like a couple of spilt glasses, and you look behind you, and it seems that somebody has fallen over and spilled a couple things. Oh shoot! Dang it! And she's like cleaning up a few things like off the ground as she like picks up a few of the things she's holding.
That's funny.
The fox will look up at you, and he kind of like puts his head to the side. Nope, never seen anything like that. Kind of looks like a big scary scratch.
Alright, well,
Exactly what it is.
thought I may as well
Want
ask.
to look at my scary scratches? I'm just going to pretend like they don't exist.
Alright.
Just
Thank
puts
you,
his head back.
Cuckoo.
I'll buckle my armor back up.
Yep.
You should have seen what she was like when Trovus came in here shirtless once.
You hear some chuckling behind you as oh God, I always forget her name.
Corey.
Corey.
Corey seems to chuckle, knowing that her sister is a bit of a floozy.
Are you all going to be having a rest tonight?
Hopefully.
That's, maybe.
We'll see where the night takes us.
You hear the door open up from outside. The wind kind of blows in and snow kind of follows. As Trovus stands in the doorway, you can see Trovus is like prepped with some cold weather gear. He has like a bucket, looks to be a drill in one hand, a manual drill. and is carrying about 3 fishing poles in his hand. And he looks over to the group. He's like, well, about to go fishing. Anybody want to come?
I'll come.
Sure.
Right then.
No,
Try to
Boys,
get
you're
some-
with me.
Make
Try to
sure
get
he
some
doesn't
food.
make sure he doesn't get up to anything bad.
No promises.
Well, have a fun time.
Plan on it. All right. Boys, have you ever been fishing before? And he just kind of takes you out the door. First off, Arth, holy crap, thank you for the sub bomb. Jeez.
Oh God.
Oh, poggers.
Wow.
Yeah, huge.
Wow.
I also want to spread another quick thank you to Sleanir with the sub bomb as well. He came in yesterday to the stream to sub bomb, then came in today to sub bomb. Some incredible support from the community today. So thank you very much, guys. If you're new,
Thank you, everyone.
welcome, and congratulations to all of us
Sleanir.
that just got subbed.
Slainer gave me a gift sub.
Yeah. Congratulations and welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, so Trovis, have y'all been fishing before?
Yes, I used to go fishing all the time.
Excellent. And he just tosses you one of the poles.
Gotcha.
I've never. No,
Well,
I've heard of it.
first rule of fishing. And you can see him pull out a small, flask that is made from either a dried organ of some sort, and he pulls out a piece of wood that he flicks, and when he flicks, it opens up into a tankard, and he pours some liquid into the tankard and gives it to you, Grimly.
Ah, I get it.
Have yourself a drink. Abel, you want some too?
Sure.
Enjoy. It's my own home slosh.
Oh boy.
This is delicious
It's
in a weird way.
it's brewed from the dwarf's mead and then some other good secret stuff.
Thank
Can
you.
you only get that if you're going fishing?
And Abel and Grimly, he takes you out towards the lake. Ladies, what are you up to right now?
Hanging out with a fox?
Okay.
Hell
Are we going on our fishing trip then, or are you guys doing anything in the inn?
Kinrava's just going to look over towards Leodin just to see how she's doing for the moment.
She looks happy, but she still is spouting off a bit of. She even through her nose has a bit of frost, like the smoke coming through when she tries to close her mouth.
Is there a way that you could heat up the blankets or the cloak?
I can, and she'll cast Prestidigitation on there to heat it up.
Leadin, you're pretty damn toasty by now. With all the
I'm
you got
so warm.
a cuddly fox, you got a fire right in front of you, and now you have a heated blanket. You're burning up, yet still spewing a bit of white smoke out of the mouth.
Well, thanks. I don't know if I need any more warmth. Unless you can somehow shove it down my throat.
I mean, I probably could, but I don't imagine you would survive that.
Phrasing.
Probably not. Oh, I
That's
know.
what she said.
Well, go on then.
What the hell is going on?
I cast Prestidigitation on her organs.
What are you casting prestidigitation on?
I was joking. I was
Oh.
joking. I'm not gonna cast prestidigitation on their organs. No. No.
Okay, sorry, I didn't hear what you had said. I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, anyways.
No.
Abel and Grimly, going out onto the lake, you see that there is a good amount of ice that lasts for what looks like a kilometer nearly. You can barely see like the edge of the ice from your point of view being directly on the ice itself, and it leads out quite a distance, especially with the fact that it's snowing and it's dark. You get the idea that that's why he brought the drill. He doesn't feel like walking all the way out there. And are we good? All right. And you guys are being led out towards an area out there, and he says, well, it's about as good a place as any. And he goes, here, hold this, and he just passes you the bucket, Abel. And
I'll take it.
Takes the drill and slams it into the ice, get it nice and stuck, and then begins to drill. After a few minutes, the hole is bored. And he goes, now, Abel, I'm sure you know this already, but Grimly, I'd be careful about what you fish out this here lake, all right? I know you've seen the trouts and everything like that, and you can see the size they get to, but they're fighting critters once you got them on the line, so be careful. I don't want no incidents happening, you know?
Right.
All right, well, now comes the fun part. And he's like, he just takes the pole, puts some bait on the end of it, and just sits it in the ice, sits down, and starts to drink.
I will follow suit.
I'm gonna struggle with the bait.
No, here, you just gotta, so you gotta twist it and then put it like that. There you go.
Okay. And just I'll drop my line
just
in.
Drop it into the water. You gotta give it some slack. Give it some slack. All right, well. Well. So, how long y'all know Ken?
Well, just
Less than a
met her
week?
recently. Yeah.
A week, huh? Not too long then.
Yeah, we don't know much about her. She's kind of to herself about things.
Yep.
I have to say it's actually refreshing to see somebody excited to see her, as I said before. She doesn't get along with many.
Yeah, well, nothing's changed. She's quite the feisty one.
But there is a goodness about her, I've noticed. Even though she doesn't like to show it.
You know, when we first met, she was just as feisty as she seems to y'all. But over time, like you said, that cold exterior, mind the pun, it melts away, and underneath it all, you find who she really is, who she's really meant to be. You know, when she first came here, nobody really liked me. I wasn't very kind, wasn't nice to people. They reciprocated. I have only to blame, you know, myself to blame, but I found her out on the ice, or not on the ice, out in the snow.
Mm-hmm.
Took her in. She was really badly hurt. Anyways, long story short, she got better. Took some time to really dig deep and find who she was actually, without her trying to rip somebody's head off.
Well, it looks like you both needed each other. That's
Yeah,
good.
you could say that. You know, after meeting her, she didn't hold back. She kind of told me how it was and let me know that the way I was treating people was the reason I was getting treated the way I was. Learned a lot from Kin.
She's quite smart.
More than you'll ever know. You and me both, though. What about y'all? Where are you from? What brings you to this part of 10 Towns? Now, I, of course, know about the murderer, but, you know?
I'm from the Dwarven Valley, obviously.
Sure.
Kind of found my way to Bryn Shander, where I met them. Got caught in one of those blizzards.
They're a real son of a bitch, aren't they?
Yeah. Abel?
I'm from Tamerlane. I served in the militia there for some time. And then the rhyme happened, and we were just surviving, just like everyone else, trying to make our way through the dark. And things changed, and so I had to set out. Ultimately, I want to bring the sun back.
Good on you for having high hopes.
Don't really have much of a choice.
Abel, roll me a wisdom survival check, please.
That's an 8.
Ooh, okay.
Oh no.
He kind of takes another drink, another swig, passes it over to you, Abel.
I'll smell it and take a sip.
Yep. It's pretty harsh to the throat, but it's burns a little bit going down, but it's just strong. It's not unpalatable. He goes, yeah, years of my drinking the way I have now, ever since Kin left, at least kind of bore my tolerance up a bit. Take it slow there, Abel.
I don't really drink that much.
Grim, I'm sure you can handle it.
Oh, I love that dwarven mead taste in the back.
Is that what that is?
Oh, yes.
Grimly, go ahead and roll me a wisdom survival check, please.
9.
Yes.
As you guys are fishing and taking your swigs of the alcohol, suddenly one of the rods bends over and you hear as the reel is pulled, and Trovis pulls back on his rod. Hey now, here we go! And he starts to pull it in.
Oh.
And he goes, just watch and
Whoa.
learn, boys! Watch and learn! And you can see him like struggling and fighting. It's a big one! And suddenly he's like, "Ugh," and starts to pull it in and reels and reels and reels. Ugh, and fights it until finally you can hear like he's pulling and pulling, and he goes, all right, here we go. We fought it long enough. And it takes it about 15 minutes to kind of pull it enough to where it stops fighting as much. And then suddenly you hear like a splash of water. As you look down, you can see a large red trout's head and tail begin to splash in the hole. Grab it, Grimly.
Oh, I'll just dive at the hole.
With your hands, Grimly. No, in the mouth. Grab it in the mouth, damn it.
Oh, yeah.
And as soon as you grab it, it like chomps down on your arm. You have to like pull it out of the hole. And this thing is like almost as big as you like yank it and pull it up. You like fly out and the fish goes like flying behind you and slides on the ice a good like 2 or 3 yards, and it lands on the ice and begins to flop around. And he goes, all right, Abel, take care of that fish. Why don't you get it, get it, get it, get it.
I'll go grab it.
Yeah, it's
That was
huge.
exhilarating.
Yeah, it was. I didn't think we were gonna catch nothing this hour.
We got one.
Pretty fun, ain't it? Anyways,
Yeah.
Abel, how big is it?
How big is it?
Roll a. Let's do it with roll a D4 and then a D12.
I got a 2 on the D4 and a 4 on the D12.
Okay. 4 on the D12, 2 on the D4.
Opposite.
So okay.
2 on the D4. 4 on the
2
D12.
on the D4, 12 on the. What fucking hell? What the hell was it?
6.
2 on the D4.
2 and 4.
4 on the
Okay.
D12.
Got it. All right. It is 4 foot 6 inches long, or I'm sorry, 2 inches long. 4 foot 2 inches long.
God damn.
Okay, Dark really wants to stop there. Be a fish, he said. Dark. Stop the spam. Stop the spam. Thank you very much. It was a good
Still
meme.
going.
Yeah, it takes a second for each chat. All right, so we pick back up with the ladies as you are inside, nice and warm and cozy.
So, Ali, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, what you want to know, hon?
So, I saw that you might be interested a little bit in our friend April there.
Oh, that's a can of worms you don't want to open, Bearden.
Well, yeah, I mean, he is a handsome fella, isn't he? Can't tell me you haven't looked at him in some way either.
Oh, here we go.
No, I look at all of the peoples in some way.
Well, sure, yeah, he's nice to look at. Is he single?
Oh, so that we don't know. And it would be very helpful if you'd help us find that out.
Well, I mean, y'all are his close friends. Y'all don't know if he's got a girlfriend?
Close? I don't.
Are y'all not close?
Shh.
Like 5
No.
days?
We only
Ken, I
met
thought
a
y'all
week-
were like friends or something.
Ice Heart! Why are y'all just everything?
I don't get it.
We've
fine,
only
don't
met
worry.
for about a week, Alan.
Oh, well, I mean, y'all ain't his girlfriends then, right?
No.
No.
Okay, well then I will go ahead and ask him myself. But,
Thank you.
what's there to tell about me? I've lived here all my life, here in, Caer-Konig. You know, me and my sister. We took over after
You
Mama and
own
Daddy
this
died.
inn?
We do. We took
Alright.
over after Mommy and Daddy died. And, you know, just been a long time going. And, really, there's not too much to tell. We live pretty boring lives. Other than the fact that we've housed some pretty crazy people.
Like?
Well, one time, we came across this couple of dwarven fellas who were a part of a traveling circus group, if you'll believe that. And they performed for us that night and brought in quite a crowd. that's
that's
something you don't
interesting.
really see here in 10 Towns.
No, do you remember the troop by any chance?
Oh gosh, that had to have been 10 years ago, honey. I don't remember.
All right. Just
That was
wondering.
that was back before the winter.
All the cool shit happened before the winter.
Don't I know it? Well, I do have to ask y'all, are y'all gonna do some kind of sheriff investigation, detective work, or are y'all good at that kind of stuff, or what?
Better than Trovos.
Now you keep your mouth shut about Troas, Ken. You know he does what he can.
He used to do it sober.
Yeah, well, look, he lost someone very close to him, and he dealt with it in his own way, okay, Ken?
Who did he lose close to him?
Iceheart leads in.
You just see, like, her eyes open up wide, like she misspoke, and she goes, I'm gonna get another drink.
Who did he lose close to him, Kinrava? I knew it!
Get it all out now.
Yes, we're going to be detectives because I'm amazing at it. All right.
Well, good. Finally, something will get done around here then.
Anything else you want to get off your chest while we're at it?
How long were you together? Why did you leave? Why did you leave him? Is a dragonborn good in bed? You know, all the basic questions.
Okay.
She seconds them.
I don't know if I want to know that last one.
Olanu is just very awkwardly like,
Let's see. Let's start with these questions in order then. I was here for about 5 years. Trovos found me when I had left the Underdark for more personal reasons and suspected there was a drow raid coming. Therefore, he came to investigate. I spent about 5 years in Caer-Konig with him. It was interesting. I didn't exactly. And she's gonna quickly look to see if like Ali and Corey are actually eavesdropping right now.
Allie is very much eavesdropping. Corey could care less. Allie can see as you look over, her eyes go wide again and looks back down at like pouring her drink.
He was the strongest individual in the town. It made sense to get close to those sorts of individuals to protect myself on the surface.
You used him.
I wouldn't say that. I left because, well, don't get me wrong, the people around Caer-Konig are quite nice, especially compared to the rest of Icewind Dale that I've seen thus far. But there's no library here. There's no way I could have increased my own personal knowledge or any of my spellcraft while I lived here. And frankly,
the fourth question.
what was the fourth question again?
Is a dragonborn good in bed?
Oh, honey, I'm a drow. If there's not one bit of broken furniture by the end of the night, it's not sex.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
It can be.
And then you see as Allie like hops back into the conversation. Anyways, what was I saying? Something about Ken being a good friend.
I'm pretty sure you were also eavesdropping on our entire conversation, Allie,
Now,
but
Ken, I would never. Look, Ken, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, but you were talking so loud.
I'm sure. Go on.
Anyways, Trovis has been good to us ever since he came here and helped out with the duties of the last town speaker. And he's just been a really good person altogether, you know, ever since Ken showed up. They really were at each other's necks constantly for about a year or so. Until finally, of course, they started to understand each other's issues and plights, and I guess you could say they commiserated and made up. If you don't mind me
takes a while
saying
to-
so, Ken.
It takes a while to tame a dragon.
Yeah, he was a Spitfire before he met you, and I guess when two Spitfires meet each other, you get yourself a nice campfire going. Nice, all warm and fuzzy.
I
So-
bet you do.
Anyways, Ken, I'm just glad to see you back here, and don't mind Corey, she is too. But I will say about this whole missing items thing. Don't go and get yourself hurt.
I don't plan on getting myself hurt, but thank you for worrying, Allie. If nothing else, I can't speak for the rest of the group. I can't. But personally, I would like to at least do something to help pay back the kindness you showed me in the 5 years I was here. I don't like leaving a debt unsettled.
Sure thing, Ken. Well, if there's anything else we can do for you, of course, more than welcome to ask. Corey may come off as a bit, you know, harsh, but she means well. Anyways, Leodin, it's been a pleasure meeting you.
Pleasure.
Olanu,
Just
I'm
to
sorry,
give you a little
Icewind.
hint,
Hmm.
I think that Abel is going to be at the tavern tonight. Just in case you want to get yourself over there.
Well, funny thing you say that. I'm actually going upstairs to go get myself all prettied up.
Great.
Olanu, I'm sorry, Iceheart. I keep calling you Olanu because I look at the screen and see Olanu. Iceheart, it was a pleasure meeting you. If there's anything you need, just let us know, okay?
Okay.
Actually,
Olanu, yeah, you can see that she is kind of like talking to you as if English or Common is like not your native language. She's basically like speaking to you like louder and slower.
You know I can understand you, right?
Well, of course. I just figure my accent may be, you know, maybe more difficult for you to understand. It's a thick one, so
No.
I apologize.
You're fine. Yeah.
So, quick question. Where are you from? I mean, goodness me, you don't look like you're part of our town or part of 10 towns.
I am not. I just kind of found my way down here. I'm from a clan of Goliaths that live up on the mountain.
Goliaths? Is that what y'all call you, like your people?
Yes. Specifically, we're the Akhenathi.
The Akhenathi.
Yes.
Interesting. And are they all, you know, tall and beautifully muscular like yourself?
Yes. You'd be rather hard-pressed to find any of us that could not hold our own.
Whew, goodness me. She just kind of starts fanning herself.
Corey, you better make sure your sister doesn't go ice climbing anytime soon.
I don't recommend that.
Corey will shake her head. If she would keep it in her pants every once in a while, we wouldn't have to worry about her.
Keep it in her pants?
Don't worry, honey. She's just joshing.
Okay.
Anyways, it's been a pleasure meeting you, Iceheart. Ken, I will see you later tonight. I assume Leodin may be the same with you. I'm gonna go get ready.
She's
She
fully
wasn't.
dressed. Why is she saying that she needs to get ready? She's dressed.
She's gonna go get in a different outfit to go try and attract Abel.
Why does she need different clothes to do that?
Do you know how sometimes there's certain
Humans
birds
are weird.
that have plumage to attract a mate, Iceheart? It's a similar concept for some humans.
She's gonna go put her face on is what she's gonna do.
Makeup.
It's a phrase for makeup.
Well, that reminds me, I'm pretty sure Trova still has some of my old robes from when I came from the Underdark in his home somewhere.
Well, sure thing, Ken. We saved all your stuff. He said he kept it over at his place, though.
I'll have to ask him when he comes back from fishing. Well, if he comes back from fishing, those trout are actually quite horrible.
We cut back over to those on the lake as currently Trovis is fighting a fish, trying to grab it out of Abel's hand as it like writhes in his hands, and he's having to like fight it. He's holding the mouth. He's like, hold him still, hold him still.
I'm trying,
He's
I'm trying.
He's got like a small dagger, and he's like, yeah, and he like jabs it like right in the gills, and finally it just kind of like stops flopping around for once. He carries it in his arms. He's like, hey, the lady's gonna be impressed now, huh? We brought dinner.
Yes.
Not a bad haul.
He goes, to be honest, I didn't think we were gonna catch nothing, but kind of glad we did. Abel, Grimly, y'all ain't half bad.
Yeah, thanks for
That
bringing
was
us
awesome.
out. I haven't been fishing in quite a long time. I appreciate this. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, if there's one thing that'll bring you happiness out in this everlasting rhyme, it's a good drink in your hand and a pole in the other.
Yes. I think having a pole in my hand is one of my favorite things to do now.
Yep. And with that, we'll go on break.
Oh my god. We're off the rails this episode.
What the fuck is going on?
I just love having a pole in my hand.
Oh my god. The innuendos in this episode are fucking through the roof. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back. We're just gonna take a quick bathroom break, grab a glass of water. Everybody, grab your fishing poles and head back here in just a second. We will be right back.
I'm a fucking 10-year-old.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Just the worst.
And enjoy some lovely fan art from our beautiful community.
I'm gonna watch the stream for the fan art.
Ravenbloat, thank you very much for the follow.
Those the puppies.
Oh no.
Let's see. We'll put it like right up here. I need to fix this screen in order to get the fan art to fit without being in the way. It's still visible. Anyways, we'll be right back. 2 seconds.
Sorry about the running off in the middle. I had to go take care of a panicking puppy.
It's okay.
I have to walk my dog real quick. Oh man.
In my defense, Leodin asked.
Yes,
Jesus
she
Christ.
did.
She sure did ask that.
Yes, she did.
Food.
I'm gonna get myself some snacks.
Oof. That was pretty good. Chat, how y'all doing? Y'all liking today's episode so far? Havoc is having a good time. It's nice to have a minute not panicking or fighting. Love all the personal details coming out. It is nice. I couldn't stop laughing. Nothing like a bit of ice drinking. Oh, that is such a good one, Caer-Konig. That is a wonderful quote. When she said it, I was like, yes. Darksider, you can do that offline. Maybe in Discord or something. See if you'd want to have like a mock combat. Of course, he is only level 3, so. Grimly with the icing on the cake with the fish. Man, neither one of them rolled enough to actually catch a fish on their own. And then on, on top of that, Trovis rolled just enough to catch a fish. It's so cool seeing the fan art up now, like with knowing what happened like just recently in the past episodes. It's like watching the episodes back versus listening. So cool.
Yeah, I agree. I like how it's rotating between everything, and that drawing you did is so nice. Oof.
Did you like that?
I love it. I love it so much.
I appreciate it.
Beautiful.
That was like that was a what do they call it? Like a pride piece, basically. Like I was gonna finish it if it killed me, kind of thing.
Yeah, I know that took a lot of work. That's crazy.
Well, that was like me basically like saying, I'm gonna do something I've never done before, and then just going at it ham-fistedly and doing everything twice as long and hard. Like, okay, that's not what I wanted to say, but I was going at it at a very difficult pace.
For a first time, like digital art piece, that's fantastic. I gotta say.
I'm so
I'm sure
used to
you
just
learned a lot while doing
drawing.
it.
Yeah, I really did. I learned that it's fucking hard.
Yeah. I've never went any further than just doing line work and then coloring it in.
Yeah. Dan, that
That's
art you
awesome.
made with Grimly was awesome. The drawing of Kinrava is so beautiful. It really
God, it's
is,
sick.
Yotain.
It's colors, it's just, that's sick.
The arcane sigils and everything like that too. Really cool. The hand, I was so confused about what to do with the hand in the back because I was like, okay, I could do the eye, but the eye is kind of like simplistic when it comes to how I wanted it to like be shown off. I was like, I'll just do the whole
Right.
fucking hand because he's got the eye everywhere else. He's got it on his shield, he's got it on his chest, and blah blah blah. So I was like, let me just throw up like the whole Helm's hand kind of thing.
I just imagine like the hand like appearing behind him massive and then opening up like that
Yep.
and like coming at them. It's so sick.
Yeah, I imagined it like you have like a glowing gold, like almost like liquid smoke coming off of the top of your body, and it like forms into a fist above your arms and above your head, and like then the magical energy like emanates from you like in a burst, and the hand opens and the eye like shines.
Hell yeah.
That Brockback Mountain one is hilarious.
Thank you, Shiny, for that one.
Holy shit.
No, guys, absolutely will also, on top of just placing your art pieces here, if you ever draw anything for the stream, I will absolutely throw your names and like links to your social medias and stuff like that too. I feel bad that I didn't do it. I'm just throwing up the art and being like, hey, look at our art, even though it's not ours. It's absolutely yours. But yeah. How did I do the fist in the background? So I took an image off of Google of the fist, of just like a regular drawing of the hand, and I placed it like on the just like on the 2D surface or whatever, and then I adjusted it to where it was like angled to where it looked, and like I warped it and did all kinds of stuff to make it look like it was you know, behind him and angled at like that weird action pose that I had Grimly in. And then I just put it in the background, put it like the transparency all the way down, and drew over top of it, like basically outlined it. And then once it was outlined, I got rid of the image to begin with, and then I started with all the glowy bits.
Whoa, I never saw that one with Alanu and Leiden.
That's a Dan piece. It's fucking amazing.
You didn't see the
When
one
did
with
you do that?
Leiden.
He's really good at capturing those angles. Like, I can't even fathom.
That one was in general creative. I didn't put it in fan art because it was not finished at all, but I just said fuck it. It's finished. I was
Art is art is art.
Yeah, I was just too nervous to like jump into the whole like finishing my digital art pieces. I love them angles. So that's the thing is like when I draw art, like I do like the character art pieces where it's just like the character standing there and it like presents them in like a fashion, like a cool, like this is what my character looks like kind of thing, you know, and they're like maybe in a pose or something like that. Those are cool too. But when I do my pieces, my brain doesn't allow me to just like make a static pose. My brain immediately goes into like director mode or like movie maker mode. I played way too many like video games where I would like take the camera and like angle it to make it look like a picture or something like that. It's like literally in my head, I'll take like, okay, like Grimly's doing this, and then in my head, I'll take the camera and like move it around in my head to be like, okay, I want this angle. And then at that point,
Action
I'm like,
shot.
yeah. And then I'm like, okay, now I'm gonna rearrange it and make it look the way I want.
It's pretty cool. That's Snow Fox.
Same issue. I can get behind this. I live for the splash art-esque dynamic art and illustrations. Yeah, dynamic art and like well, the thing is, I used to be a tattoo artist for a little bit, and so for tattoos, they basically, you know, I liked to do like the more cartoony and new school tattoos, and new school and cartoony, they warp and shift images around to make them look all crazy looking, versus like how they would look like in real life. And I got a lot of practice in some of my drawings into getting like angles right and perspective and stuff like that. Ken, are you back? Seth?
I'm back.
Okay. Everybody else, you good to go?
I'm gonna go get a cup of hot cocoa.
Nah, it's no problem.
Cool.
All right, ladies and gentlemen,
Sounds really good.
we return to our story. And as we return, Trovis out on the ice finally gathers the fish up and says, you know, we can stay out here for another hour if you'd like, or we can head back. And you know, if we head back now, we could probably get back over to the tavern if you'd like. But if you guys want to just stay out here and fish, I'm all for it. We got plenty of drink and I got plenty of bait. Up to y'all how you want to spend the night.
Well, perhaps we should just head back. That was fun. And I appreciate the drink, but I don't like leaving the group alone too long.
That's understandable. You know, it's not easy going out there on your own, being out there by yourself for quite some time, and then all of a sudden being a part of some kind of group like you are. You know, before I was town speaker, I was a bit of an adventurer myself.
Really?
Well, sure. You know, this daggone knee of mine went out, and after that, you know, I just kind of settled into being the protector of an entire town. I'd say it's
Seems
not too much of a downgrade.
seems like
daunting.
you're faring well without a militia. I'm surprised you're not getting raided. Or
Yeah, well, when you got a reputation like me, and he kind of like opens his mouth and bares his teeth, and as he bares his teeth, a bit of like white smoke begins to emanate from his mouth and kind of drift down like over his chest, and his nose kind of furls down. And he shuts his mouth quickly, and the smoke.
right, I believe you. But
All right.
yeah, I've spent most of my life indoors and working. I haven't ventured very far, so this has been quite the experience.
Well, Grimly, I hope that in the future you can have yourself plenty of fishing days.
Absolutely. I appreciate you teaching me a new skill. Hopefully,
Yeah, no problem. Next time, maybe you'll actually
time.
catch something.
Yeah. Whew.
It ain't easy out there, I'll tell you that. So we're lucky to find what we found. All right, let's go ahead and head
Cheers.
back. Cheers. And Kin, Leodin, Olanu, as about half an hour or so passes in between this, Allie will have already walked downstairs and began exiting the building. If you wanted to say anything before she goes, she will not acknowledge you. She is just headed out. Kin,
In those
go
30 minutes, can I head over towards the speaker's house?
Sure. So you want to leave?
Yeah.
Okay. Leodin, Olanu, Kin is just taking off.
Where are you
Where are
going?
you going?
I'm going to see if I can get my old robes back from there.
You gonna break into his place, or do you still have a key?
Well,
Do
never
you need us
tell.
to come with?
No, it'll be fine. I highly doubt the last thing you want to see is some of my old gear. So
Uh, are we going to the tavern?
wait for them. And if you see Trovus, tell him I went over to the house to get my things.
Okay.
All right.
And then she'll
Okay.
make her way up towards the speaker's house.
So you and her basically leave at the same time. Oh no, I'm sorry. She would have been dressing up and everything like that before that. So you head out and make your way over to his place. His place is the old town speaker's home. He just kind of made it his own. And yeah, you're there.
Is it locked?
It is very much locked.
Hmm. I don't think I have a key, actually. No, I do not.
You're free to try to do whatever you want to get in if you'd like, but it is currently locked and you do not have a key.
Actually, no, there's not much I can really do, so I'll just wait out there for a moment to see if Trovus heads over there from the place.
Okay.
That's all right now.
Leodin, Olanu, as you kind of just sit by the fire and relax a little bit more, you see that Allie makes her way down and exits the building. Allie looks to be in a bit of a the winter gear is basically the same. She is put on an extra layer, but she has a really nice fancy scarf that she put on. It is of like a red thick wool, or not wool. What is the word I'm looking for? I guess it would be like it's wool-ish.
Cashmere?
Sure.
Hide.
It's like it's the smooth material. Usually found like in blankets and stuff like that.
Cashmere.
It must be cashmere. Anyways. It's something like that. Obviously not cashmere, but it's something similar to that.
Polyester.
Yeah, it's polyester. She puts on some latex boots and she makes her way out the door, but she has a fancy little red hat that goes along with it, and it's one of those I forgot what they're called. It's like the Russian hats that have like the earpieces that flap down over the ears.
Mm-hmm.
She has one of those, and it has like a cute little furry ball at the top.
We call them a head cozy.
Yep, same thing. And she makes her way out the door. We just spent
Good
about
luck.
5-10 minutes talking about her clothes, so we move on. All
She's got her
right.
stilettos on.
Yeah, she's fancy. Anyways, she makes her way out, and she hears you say good luck, but she doesn't say anything to you and closes the door.
Did you really expect that to attract somebody?
She really does.
Oh, okay.
Humans are weird.
Ooh, and she's got her her lipstick on her, like this color lipstick.
Oh.
God
Okay.
damn it.
Teach their own.
Leodin Olanu, it's been about 15-20 minutes and Kin is still not back. Well, I guess it'd be about half an hour and Kin's still not back. And also, the boys are not back either.
Do you think we should check on Kin or just go without her, or?
We probably could go without her. I think she was. I think she was full of it. I don't think she's got a key. I think she'd break into his place.
She can open it with magic.
Oh, maybe she. Oh, that's right, she can. Wouldn't we have heard it?
Eh,
It was really
probably.
loud, wasn't it? Wait, you
Yes.
weren't there.
Wait, no, I wasn't there.
You weren't there. You wouldn't know. But she could open it with magic. The problem is that it's really loud.
Iceheart probably just assumes that Kin probably has something to unlock something with magic.
There we go. Huh? Totally.
Yeah, makes perfect sense. Maybe we should go and on her. I don't. Should make sure she's not gonna do anything foolish.
You know, that's a
That's
good
a
point.
big statement coming from me.
You know, that's a good point. Would staying in that tavern count as a short rest?
The tavern or the inn?
No, the inn we were in when we were just waiting for the boys on their fishing
Yeah,
trip.
the
Would that
inn
count
for
as a
sure.
short rest?
Yeah, for
Okay,
Liadin
great.
and Olanu and Kin, you guys can take a short rest. Yeah.
Okay, great. So I've got some spell slots back.
Yeah. All right. So as you guys are deliberating, I guess what to do, Abel, Grimly, and Trovis. Trovis will take you guys back towards the inn, and he bursts open the door with his foot, and he just has a big old smile, like toothy grin across his face, and he makes his way in, and he's carrying this big ass fish right in front of him, and he lays it down right on top of one of the tables at the inn, and he and clunks it down on the table, and Corey just looks over. Damn it, Trovis! Just go put it in the kitchen. Why'd you have to put it down on the table? Now calm yourself, Corey. It's just a fish. We can clean it up later. Just look at this thing. It's huge. Wouldn't have caught it without these boys here, though.
I don't know about that. You did a lot of the heavy lifting there, Travis.
Well,
Hey.
Grim did some lifting, I believe, of himself.
It was a team effort.
Sure thing.
Sure.
Corey, why don't you cook us up
Big
something
is
good with this
Grimly,
thing, though, huh? And she kind of just walks up to it and, like, claps her hands together and just, like, looks at it, and she's like, all right, I have to admit it is a pretty good size. Look, why don't y'all get some drinks in you at the tavern or whatever y'all have to do. I'm going to take some time and cook this up into something.
Right.
She takes it and she looks like she's kind of struggling, and she holds it in front of her, and it just kind of lays out like over her belly, and she kind of leans back and carries it into the kitchen portion of the inn. Ladies, hey, where's Kin?
Breaking into your
She-
house.
What?
She said that you had some of her stuff still, and she was gonna go get it. So, either she still has a key to your place, doubtful, or she's breaking in, or waiting for you. Do you think she's waiting for you?
I don't know. I can't tell what she's gonna
Some
do.
interesting conversations.
She got a mind of her own. I can't tell you exactly what she's gonna do, but I can tell you what. I will go make sure that she's okay, and I'll meet you all at the tavern.
See you there,
I mean,
buddy.
or if you don't, it's fine. You and Kinrava can just catch up.
Look, we are all consenting adults here. I will take care of myself, and you take care of yours. And you all enjoy your time here, and I will see you all later.
All right.
And he goes, Corey, save me a plate. I'll be back. And he just leaves.
We should
Drinks?
go to the tavern.
Yeah.
All right, you make your way over towards the tavern then. As you make your way over towards the tavern, you see a small, kind of like fenced-in area that looks to have like feed, like or some kind of food that has been laid out in the snow that is currently somebody racing there at the tavern. You see some.
It's one of those arcade.
So, yeah, one of the you see somebody like tapping on an arcade machine on the outside. No, you see that. That's for the Cyberpunk one shot later. No, you see that there's like frozen food out in like an empty pen outside of the tavern, and the tavern, as you look up, is called the Hook, Line, and Sinker. And as you are approaching, you see currently standing outside, there is a tall half elven man that looks to be bundled up pretty tightly, allowing for his ears and eyes to kind of poke out of the small window that he allows in his face. And as you approach, he pulls down his thing. He goes, "Hey, y'all looking for a drink?"
Oh, absolutely.
And he looks over to his side. You look over, and he looks like a tray of small half pints glasses there. He goes, "Here you go, on the house."
Thank you.
Yep.
Great.
They're small. They're like, about this big.
They're little shots.
Yep. And on each of the little mugs, you see carved into each of the mugs, it says the Hook.
Haha, I get it.
That's hilarious.
And
That's awesome.
he's like, "Well, come on in." And he opens up the door. And as he opens up the door, you can start to hear now the bustling sounds of many people kind of sitting inside the inn. And I will play some more fitting music.
Do you have to stay outside all night?
Well, I come inside from time to time to help out.
Oh, good. Just wondering.
Yeah, well, I mean, when the beers get cold enough to freeze, I come inside to warm up and grab some more.
Oh, good.
Thank you for the cup.
Yeah, hey, well, hold on. The cups aren't free now.
Oh.
Go ahead and put it back on the... I can see you already finished yours. Go ahead and put it back on the plate here.
Well, that was misleading.
Well, why don't you have another and go have a seat over there?
Thank you.
All right. So in this tavern, it is more joyous and more boisterous than this music is. So why don't we put on some real
Alanu's battle music.
Olanu's battle music.
Dun dun dun
Or,
dun 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 dun.
Start a mosh pit.
Nope, we're just
Or-
straight up mosh pitting.
It's a rock band on
there's
stage.
a mosh pit. You listen. It's coming. It's a little bit
It's
more
coming.
jaunty. All right. So as you enter, there seems to be a lot of people cheering and a lot of people having a good time, and people are just drunk. And there's people there's like a halfling that's up on a table right now that looks to be bending down and like grabbing a spoonful of what looks to be like a soup or something like that, eats it, and then like laughs at the person that seems to be upset and continues walking down the line, and everybody's just having a good time.
More drinks.
Kin, as you, I assume, are just sitting outside or standing outside?
She was just about to cast the knock spell.
Okay.
Of course she was.
I had to just double check to make sure I actually prepared it for the day.
As you are preparing to cast a spell upon his door, you see like the arcane sigils begin to form around your hand, and because of your concentration on the spell, you don't notice, but suddenly a hand comes up and grabs up underneath your wrist and then like kind of pokes you from behind and says, "Ha! Gotcha."
Oh. Good. Probably good. Yeah. The spell is very, very loud. Probably good.
Oh, come on, Kin. You didn't have to break in. And he kind of takes
I wouldn't consider this breaking in.
he takes his pouch and pulls out an iron key and puts it in the door, unlocks it, and opens it up.
Thank you. I just wanted to quickly grab some of my old robes and some of the other things you found when you found me out there.
Yeah, sure, no problem. It's up in storage.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll quickly run up there and grab her robe and just some old makeup she had up there as well.
Yep. It's basically filled with the entirety of this place. It is a very, very nice log cabin. It has like light wood compared to all the dark wood that you've seen like all around town and like in the past few towns and everything like that. It has light wood that is, the bark has been carved away and polished and creating like banisters, overhangs like above you on the second floor and everything like that. And it's just a gorgeous log cabin. And the thing is that like on the walls you do see the occasional like a mounted head of like an elk or maybe a deer or something like that. But mostly for the most part, this place is empty of you know, your common amenities. You know, you might see a few chairs here and there, but other than that, it looks like it's a big space for one person. And you make your way upstairs. You find the storage unit. And it is in an old hope chest that is placed like alongside one of the walls in the room.
She will just, yeah, she's just gonna quickly open it up and take her old robe and the makeup and such she had with her and all that stuff.
Yep. And you come back downstairs, and Trovis is currently sitting down and whittling away at a stick.
You should head on towards the tavern, Trovis. I'm going to just quickly see if I can do anything with this, and then I'll be heading over as well.
Yeah, sure thing, Ken. Here. And he just tosses you the key, and he says, why don't you lock up when you're done?
Will do.
All right. Well, see you over there. And he kind of looks over at you, and he kind of like before he exits the doorway, looks back at you again, smiles, and shakes his head and makes his way towards.
As he leaves, Kinrava's going to cast Prestidigitation very quickly.
For what? On what?
She's going to turn the end of his tail pink like she threatened before.
Okay. He doesn't seem to notice, and he walks out the door.
And that lasts for 1 hour.
Leodin, Grimly, Olanu, and Abel. You are currently in the midst of a arm-locked circle that seems to be dancing around in a jumping manner and kind of just jumping and jumping around in a circle, spilling drinks amongst the area. Many dwarves here that are accompanying the humans, the half-elves, and it looks like a very spread crowd. Now, you get the idea that basically the entirety of the town is in attendance right now, being that there's not many people here. But everybody seems to be fine. Everybody's kind of, you see like the bartender is having to like shift through the crowd to like give other people drinks and everything like that. Money is flying, drinks are spilling, and there's smiles abound.
I'll look at Abel and I'll say, this reminds me of when I used to watch the festivals from outside my window back home. So much fun.
The festivals?
The saddest story
dwarven-
I've ever heard.
The dwarven parties, they were fun to watch.
You only watch.
Oh, yeah. I never joined. But anyways, it's always fun to watch these. Dwarves know how to party.
Why did you never... Sorry, go.
Go for it.
Why did you never join in?
Oh, I didn't Well, I just didn't.
Great. So you're gonna
Shy.
tonight. I'm so glad.
Yeah.
No,
I'll
he
give
just
it a
said
go.
we were dancing in a circle.
Yeah, everybody's dancing in a circle. Grimly, you of course, if Grimly would have chosen not to, you could of course stayed out of it.
Oh, good point.
I would have been hesitant
Okay.
at
As
first.
I would have as well.
Okay. Abel and
Leodin would have
Grimly.
grabbed them by their hands.
Abel and Grimly,
Oh,
as standoffish as you
Ground
are.
is shaking every time.
Yeah,
One
exactly.
jumps.
You feel like you feel the wood kind of bend under your feet. It seems it's been worn in quite a bit. But yeah, you guys are having a decent time, and finally, after some time, Trovis makes his way in there, and unbeknownst to you, he makes his presence known as he drops 4 pints of mead on the table. Hey,
Oh, hello.
glad you can make it. Anyways, welcome. This round's on
Welcome
me.
to you.
thank you.
Oh shit.
Okay.
You're a good guy, Trovis.
Yeah, appreciate it. I'd like to say, the same about y'all. I just wish I knew a little bit more about y'all, but you seem like good people.
Is there
What do you?
a way I could play here tonight? You know?
Sure. I don't see why not. Do you play? I mean,
She's
Yes.
really good.
I see you got that thing strapped to your back. I just assumed that you carried it around with you all at all times for fun, you know? No, of course you can play. That was a joke, Leodin. Look,
All right. Yes.
just why don't you go ask?
Strapped to my back for fun.
Why don't
It's
you
one of
just
the
go
good-looking
ask?
half elves.
Yeah, it's Glenn.
All right. I'm just gonna start walking. Which one of you is Glenn?
As he just continues walking through the crowd, like kind of having to shift, he just raises one hand like up high and just continues to shift.
I'd like to play. What do I need to do?
What do you mean, dear?
I'd like to play tonight. Here. Can I play tonight?
With the instrument on your back, then
Yes.
go for
I
it.
mean, I can also sing. Right, now?
It's up to you.
Later, when?
I don't make
Great.
the rules. Why don't you just do it?
Great. Anywhere?
Anywhere. Just make people just move, and
Wonderful.
they'll make room. I'm sure if you're good enough, they'll enjoy it.
Oh, I'm good enough. Right. I'm going to go back to our table and hop up on the table.
Oh no.
You see,
Hey.
Trovis is like, whoa, okay.
I've got to have a stage. Calm down. People have to see me. I'm just...
Abel, as Leodin jumps up on the table, you feel a tap on your shoulder.
Here we go. I'll turn to look.
As you turn to look, a beautifully make-upped Ally kind of stands in front of you with red lipstick, a very fine-looking scarf, and she looks over at you and she says, "Is she about to play?"
Yes, I believe so. You should really sit and watch. She's quite amazing.
"Oh, I will. Is this seat taken?" As she points to the one next to you.
No, feel free to have a seat there.
"Oh, thank you." And she kind of just stands there, like, waiting. And she goes, "Don't worry, I'll get it." And she pulls the chair out and sits down. And she just crosses her legs, waiting. Leodin, do you care to play?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Alive. Not right now.
All right, then. So, Leodin, you can, of course, begin to play. Are you doing anything spectacular or otherwise not RP?
No.
Okay.
Just RP.
Go ahead and roll a performance for me, will you? Leodin, also, just an FYI for reference, you are currently still breathing that white smoke.
Oh yeah, 100%. I figured. That is a 28.
Let's
Okay.
go.
Everybody.
So,
Jesus Christ.
Pay
Oh,
attention.
excuse me. Math is hard. 27.
okay, so 27. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say something.
Never mind.
You grab your mandolin, and as you grab your mandolin, basically everybody is still like, jumping up around and like having a good time and stuff like that, singing their own shanties to themselves. You just hear it like yelling over the crowd. And then as you are about to play, Allie will stand up and say, "Why don't you hush, y'all?" And just like gets everybody to hush, as like everybody kind of like a few people like stop and like fumble and kind of fall over as she gets the attention of the crowd, and the crowd begins to like just kind of gather and mumble amongst each other, and you begin to play. They clap you on.
I am going to play a, well, I was gonna say this anyway, but now it's been played. A high energy jig type something. Because that's the energy in the room.
Yep.
And I'll play for probably as long as they'll let me play.
Sure. You begin to play, and as you begin to play on the hard beats, you hear foot stomps begin to slam into the wood. You can barely hear over each other as the sound of everybody cheering, stomping their feet to the beat, yelling out "hey" in between like different beats, and just joining along in the jig. Abel, at like a good 15-20 seconds into the song, Allie will reach over to you and she says, "Care to dance?"
Unfortunately, Ali, I don't fancy myself much of a dancer.
Grimly shoves him out of the chair.
Oh,
Abel, you are shoved out of the chair, and she kind of like looks over at Grimly in like a what the fuck kind of moment, and then she kind of like runs over to Abel. Abel, and she kind of like reaches over to help you up.
I'll take her hand.
Yeah, she goes, "Well, I mean, it's of course up to you, honey, but I was just asking if you'd like to dance now. If you don't want to dance, that's very fine."
Listen, Ali, I have to be 100% honest with you. I do have someone waiting for me at home.
Oh, okay. Well, say no more. It's been
I
a
would
pleasure.
we can still dance, but a friendly dance.
Well, I don't want to make you nervous or feel uncomfortable.
Great, and I'll go sit down.
Oh, what? She kind of like puts her hand out, like, okay.
Shut down.
She kind of like
Down.
looks around for a moment, and then you see her like nod her head up in the air, and she puts her hand up, and she just takes one of the gentlemen that are currently dancing and like grabs him by the shoulder and like pulls him on the dance floor. And they begin to grab each other's hands and dance in a circle and jaunt and have a good time.
Grimly's
was
just
that,
in the middle
Grimly?
of the dance floor, like,
Grimly is popping and locking it to Leodin's jig.
She's doing the robot.
The metal making just awkward noises as he moves around. The chain links. Kin, you have had plenty of time now to prepare yourself and, of course, make your way there.
Yeah, so Kinrava's going to put on her old robes, which are long, black sort of drow robes with long sleeves, but it's also got a very low V-cut on it. with spiderweb patterns going down the bottom, and she's got made up her hair so it's like long and wavy now, not just straight like it usually is. And she's gonna have some dark red sort of eyeliner going up around her eyes as well as she enters the tavern.
Yep. You enter the tavern, and it seems that as you're entering, of course, you are offered a free drink to go in.
She'll take it and then just walk in.
Yep. And as you take it and walk in, you see that a few heads turn. You see like a good number of people as you walk in, like stop like what they're doing dead instance and turn to you. And begin like talking to each other as they look.
She'll walk over towards the table where everyone is and just sit next to Trovus and sort of just smile at them.
Yep. Olana, you would see Kinrava enter first.
Just wave over at her.
She'll just
And-
sit at the table where everyone is, right? Yeah.
You sit down next to Trovus, and he kind of looks over at you and he goes, "Well, it looks like you clean up pretty well, Kin."
Your tail's pink, by the way.
Say what? He looks behind him. He look. Damn it, Kin. Well, pink was never my color, but I tend to like it.
I take it the rest of you are enjoying the party?
Look at you. I'm having an alright time.
You know,
Look at Grimly though.
Yeah,
Grimly
he's definitely having a good time.
busting a move out there.
You know, I've seen... You know, I usually see people make those movements after they've been poisoned with spider venom, but...
Don't. He thinks it looks good, I think.
Grimly,
I don't
as
think
you
he
are
cares.
as you are dancing out on the dance floor, a female dwarf walks up to you, taps you on the shoulder, and begins to grab your hand and do the robot with you. She does like the whole like grabs your arm and you do the wave, and it continues on until she does the wave too. And
Get it, Grimly.
there is now a duet currently on the dance floor while Leodin plays.
I guess it does look good to
Maybe it's a
dwarves.
dwarven thing or something.
It's a dwarven
Yeah.
mating call, don't worry.
Okay.
Speaking of which, is everyone in the town here right now?
Just about.
Still don't have guards?
I mean,
Trovus is the main guard here.
yeah, we got me, and well, ain't having any issues yet.
Except for all the thievery.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
That's-
if they happen to sneak past me, that's fine. But meet me up face to face. I want to see if they can take me.
But isn't it? Does this happen every night?
Oh, might have called in a favor to see if people would come around now that you came here.
Okay.
All
But as of
all
right
this
now,
for-
the town is completely unguarded.
Look, Iceheart, don't worry your pretty head about it. Town's taken care of. No worries.
Okay.
She's going to lean into Olanu and just sort of say, when we get back, I'll have Omen take a look around just in case.
Okay.
Anyways, just have yourself a good time. Ken, can I get you a drink?
Why not?
He kind of just goes over, grabs a drink for you, and leaves the table for a little bit.
Might be worth something while he's busy just poking your head outside to see if you can see anything. I like him, but he's a bit of an idiot.
Don't say.
Okay. What are you doing? I guess while he's gone, are you doing something?
Kinrav will stay at the table, but she's just going to like look at Iceheart and just be like, maybe just take a quick glance around the town, see if you can see anything.
She'll kind of wait for an opportune time to kind of slip out and just kind of walk around.
What happened to the fox?
The fox is laying down by the fire at the inn, asleep.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Best
Like
scratches.
the Firefox logo.
Yeah, like the Firefox
no.
logo.
The fox is going to kill everyone while they're sleeping. Are we safe?
The fox is a thief.
Swipey, no swiping.
Oh.
So, Olanu, you make your way up and out. As you exit the jaunty mess that is the inn, you see the other guy that is currently sitting outside, smoking on a pipe.
Can you help guard this town?
No, I just serve drinks here.
Oh. Okay.
Grimly, you got
She'll walk
something?
past him.
Yep.
Yeah, can I roll a perception check at disadvantage for being drunk to see if Olanu left? I'd like to know if Grimly would have watched that.
Yeah, sure, go for
It's
it.
pretty preoccupied.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, yeah. He doesn't notice. That's a nat 1.
Oof.
Hell yeah.
All right. So
Nat 1.
with that nat 1, you unfortunately do not see Olanu. And currently, you have a very flirtatious female dwarf dancing alongside you as she kind of like smiles at you, and when she smiles, you see that she is like missing like one of her teeth, and it's just a very strangely attractive look that she has about her. And Olanu, you are outside. What are you doing?
Just kind of walking up and down the main road, kind of looking around, seeing if I can see any one that's up to any sort of mischief,
Sure.
trying to sneak into places.
Why don't you roll me a wisdom survival check, please?
Let's see if I am good at those.
Just think that you're in combat.
They're gonna fight you.
I'm not bad at them. Okay. Good. 15?
15. All right. And as you're walking around, you are just kind of walking around in the snow for some time as you kind of keep your eye out. The town seems awful quiet. There's nothing really happening aside the jaunty tavern currently. And as you are looking around, you decide to look into what was, I guess, stated before, right? As for like the things that were stolen, you had goats and the light, and of course the pearl necklace and everything like that. And you've been to all three locations personally. So you kind of walk around, and as you're walking around, you notice that you find some like strange tracks that don't necessarily give off like, I guess how you could say, or how you would say like less humanoid and much larger than normal footprints in the snow, but they are kind of the snow has caused them to drift away a little bit, and around that large footprint you see a series of smaller footprints and even sled marks that lead outside of the town, and they lead past the Frozen Far expedition.
She'll kind of follow them, trying to keep a little out of the middle of the street, but so she isn't as noticeable.
Yeah.
For a Goliath.
You go past the Frozen Far expedition, and it looks to continue on northward northwest from your current location, out into the icy beyond. You see the in the distance. You see the large Kelvin's Cairn mountains in the distance, but other than that, that's what you see. You see the footprints leading off into, like, out and away from the town.
Interesting. And it didn't look like the sleigh stopped, like, at any businesses or anything.
Currently, no. It just kind of looks like it led away. You note that due to your tracking expertise of checking out these footprints, that the large footprints in question become very apparent to you as ogre footprints. You see the large footprints, and then you see, of course, a series of smaller footprints and sleigh marks.
She's gonna, but the tracks go out.
Yeah.
And away.
Like out north, past the Frozen Far expedition, out into the wilderness.
She's gonna turn back, go back towards where she first noticed the tracks, see where they may have come from.
As you follow them around, they seem to like go around the entirety of the town. The only thing is that the larger footprints, the ogre footprints, and the sleigh marks do not go into town. The smaller footprints continue into town and around all the locations, or, like, you know, the buildings and everything like that. But it looks like the smaller ones meet up with the larger ones just outside the Frozen Far expedition, and the sled marks as well.
Interesting. And the smaller footprints look humanoid or no?
Yeah, they look humanoid.
Okay. She's gonna head back towards the tavern, seeing as whoever it was has already gone. Imagine that in the morning there will be something missing.
Yep.
Okay. She'll
You
go
head back. Okay. You head back in. Leodin, you are finishing up your number. Your fingers are exhausted. Your voice hoarse. Abel, Grimly. Grimly, you are currently in between two dwarven females that have given you a bit of a Grimly sandwich on the dance floor.
Hell yeah.
And they are dancing their night away. And the music ends, and the first initial dwarven woman kind of looks you up and down, and she goes, "So, do you have a wife to go home to?"
No.
Well, it's awful cold out tonight, isn't it?
It's always cold.
Very true. Funny one you are. Why don't you say we head back to my place? Maybe get a little bit warmer.
No. Why would I want to do that?
Well, and she just kind of looks at you, and she kind of like gives you a like a frown look, and she kind of looks you up and down. Bah, too drunk anyways. And she kind of leaves you alone and then walks away.
Bye.
The other one gets the hint as I guess her friend pulls her away from you, and they go what looks like go get more drinks.
Thanks for the dance.
She kind of like flips you the bird as she walks off.
But just kinda.
Yeah, just kind of. Just a very subtle. And Kin, you see Trovis will have kind of scooted his chair a little bit closer to you and just kind of making small talk, asking you, you know, how you been? Do you plan on staying? And if so, for how long? You know, and if you don't, to make sure that you know, come back and visit as much as possible. But the main thing that you catch out of everything that he's saying, of course, is that he is he will kind of like, you know, away from the group and everything like that. He'll just turn his head to the side and just say, "I'm a better man when you're around. I miss you, okay?"
I know.
He turns around. "Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's been fun. And I'm gonna go make some more rounds around the city. Just make sure everything's up and up." And
She'll lean in and place a small kiss on his cheek.
he just like, as soon like he's talking, like in the midst of talking, and then suddenly gets a kiss on the cheek, and his eyes kind of like widen, and he goes, "Well,
That patrol.
right, patrol." He just like, he looks like a flustered little boy at this point, and he will very like happily just kind of stand up and put his hands again on your shoulders, Kin, as he's about to step out, and he will plant a kiss on the top of your head and say, Abel, Olanu, or fuck, Abel, Iceheart, Leodin, it's been nice. Don't be strangers around town. And I shall see you later. Kin, you staying here with the group at the inn? I'll come say goodnight before I go.
All right.
Okay, well, I'm off then.
She like just keeps a kind smile on her face as he leaves, but the moment he's out the door, she just looks back to Olanu, dead serious. Find anything?
Yeah. They may have an ogre problem?
Ogre.
Yeah, it's kind of strange though. There was larger footprints that I believe belong to an ogre, as well as small humanoid footprints that the ogre kind of stays towards the beginning of town, where the small ones actually go in and around the entire town, and then exit where they go together. So it's a strange situation. They had a sleigh as well.
Sleigh.
We'll find out if that's them in the morning if something goes missing, but it's different.
I agree.
Sounds like the ogre is carrying the sleigh and the little ones are grabbing things.
Ogre.
You're surprisingly perceptive for someone who's that drunk.
You look over,
Dwarf.
both Abel and Grimly are toasted. They are lit.
Thank you.
They need some water.
I'm drinking water.
You guys were
You are
already
not
pretty
drinking water.
pretty toasted before you even arrived, with the help of Trovis's homebrew.
Oh god, you didn't try some of his own homebrew stuff, did you?
That was gross.
It was delicious.
That's a yes.
You do not want to know where he brewed that. Alright, they are not going to be awake until tomorrow.
I don't know. They seem pretty awake right now. They just don't necessarily seem here.
Wide awake.
Give it 10 minutes.
Dancing's a lot of fun.
Oh, Leodin, when did you start playing?
A little bit ago.
Bravo.
Oh, thank you.
That was
Your
good.
dancing was something else.
Mm.
You think so?
I do. Very much so. Why didn't you go with one of those female dwarves?
Oh, not interested.
Right.
The room starts to get a little bit chilly as one of the door to the inn opens up as the guy from outside looks to like rub his hands together, place the half pints that are nearly frozen at this point up on the countertop, and begins to clean some of the glasses.
We should. Let's head to the inn. Though, could you show me where you found those tracks, please, Olin? No,
Yeah,
Alana.
hopefully
Ice
this-
Heart, please.
Hopefully the snow hasn't covered up the tracks.
Okay, so
You know-
you guys all exit the building?
Yeah, and she's
No,
going
I'm gonna
to.
stay and talk to the half elf.
Oh,
Leading
Well,
us?
And
We're
then
leaving?
follow.
just for the moment.
Apparently,
Come on.
y'all are.
Come on.
All right,
You don't
so
have to, Grimly. Okay.
What?
Let's go.
she said you don't have to if you don't want to.
Oh, well, if you're all leaving, I guess.
I'm not.
Leodin, can you at least make sure that Abel can walk straight?
Sure.
I'm fine.
He's fine.
I don't think so.
Wait
I
till you
don't
stand
think
up.
so. But I'm not
Wait.
gonna say anything.
Wait till you stand up.
Mm.
He brews it in one of his shoes. Come on.
Oh, what?
Interesting.
Wait. He wears shoes?
Sometimes.
That's actually
Okay.
what I was thinking.
All right,
Abel.
Olanu, Kin, I guess Abel, Grimly, maybe? Are you headed out?
Yeah, who's staying?
I know Leodin is staying.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
Okay, so-
pretend that I'm leaving, but I'm actually gonna go get a drink.
So Abel, Olanu, and Kin, you all head for the door. Grimly in tote right behind you, and you all exit. And Abel, yes.
I'm staying also. I'm just like nodding off at the table.
Yay!
I'm just imagining Grimly like walking towards the door and then
And they're just pivoting.
Yep. That's exactly
I
how
have
it is. So
been at
Olanu,
this bar.
sure. Olanu and Kin, as you exit the door, you expect the group to be in tote as you, brace yourself for the cold. Kin and Olanu, you open the door and walk outside. You look around and turn around, and it's just Kin Ravo.
oh,
Works.
I just remembered this robe doesn't have cold weather gear on it. Oh no.
It's quite chilly.
Do you want my jacket? I don't really
Oh.
need it.
I'll be fine. She's gonna cast prestidigitation on her robe just to make it warm in like 3 spots.
Yeah, it's still
Okay.
like fucking cold as shit, but yeah, it is warm in those 3 spots.
I'll be fine until we get back to the inn. Just let's make it quick.
Okay.
All right, so are you showing her what you saw?
Yeah, trying to show her, take her back down where I first noticed the tracks and kind of point out where the small ones kind of led off and where the larger ogre tracks
Okay.
left the town.
So you are informed, Kinraba, of the situation.
Do they
Good.
do they sort of go straight north, like as we follow them, or do they like?
Are you
Change
talking about
direction.
outside of the city?
Yeah.
Outside of the city, they will head in a
What's
northern
the-
direction, but give me a second. Yeah, I mean, if you were pointing in a general direction, it would be out into the nothingness, but in the distance, there is a gigantic mountain. But it is northwest from your location that the tracks head.
If they do head towards the mountain, then there might be some truth to dwarven involvement. I know Grimly
Sure
may
it's
not like.
dwarves.
I'm pretty sure if Grimly may not like to admit it, but there's both good and bad dwarves.
Fair.
mean, I can't imagine a band of halflings coming in here to steal everything.
Did the smaller tracks seem to be particularly like heavy into the snow?
You wouldn't necessarily be able to tell this. The tracks are very covered in snow at this point.
Hmm.
It might actually be goblin tracks, thinking about it. Because we did run into them back in Bryn Shanda.
With the check, you would notice that they are medium-sized footprints instead of like smaller or even smaller than that. Yeah, they're very much humanoid.
Ribs.
Hmm.
No, not a goblin. It's definitely something more our size. More like y'all's size.
Hmm.
I mean, we're known for our feet.
Right here.
Let's go back at the tavern. What are you on about?
Grimly, what are you doing here? He just stumbled
That
out
was
and just
out of
starts
character.
walking.
He's like drunken fist. When he's drunk, he gets stealthier.
Yeah, exactly. Just walks up behind y'all, just drinking a beer. What are y'all looking at? Oh shit!
All his armor's off.
It's like Dwight and Angela behind
It's
him.
exactly Dwight Angela. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yes.
Fuck!
Fuck.
Well, much
Okay,
as I
so-
would love to go after them right now, we're still beat up from that encounter. We're still beat up from having to deal with that cultist.
And half of our party is drunk.
Hmm. I never said they had good decisions. Well, probably. If we can remember where these tracks at the very least head in a general direction, perhaps we can follow them in the morning, like you said.
Yeah. We could also try and figure out what exactly went missing in the morning. That way we can kind of look over, like, the area.
I still am confused about that. It makes no sense. From what they've
Just be
managed to
someone-
gather, being getting goats, a lantern, and pearls. Now, the pearls and the lantern I can understand. Those would be valuables, to some degree.
Goats provide milk, depending,
They do?
or meat.
Hmm. Maybe they actually...
Great. Now I'm questioning my knowledge of goats.
They do! Yeah, I mean, how do you get goat cheese? They don't shit
Yeah.
out goat cheese.
Are
Well-
you sure?
I mean, maybe.
I know, Kinrava just doesn't know because Underdog.
Better,
just
right?
doesn't know.
Yes.
Well... Actually, that may work to our advantage, though. If they're gathering goats, that means they're also gathering supplies. Which
Was
means
there
they may-
anything? Was that lantern magical?
Was it magical? I would have known, but...
You believe it is magical, yes, in a manner of not knowing its properties or anything like that. You know it's magical in the essence that it did not operate normally. Because before you became a wizard with prestidigitation and amazing, you were still just a studying adept, and so you know your ability to discern whether an object is magical or not was still in practice. But like I had said before, visually that object was quite magical.
It used to give off weird light, and it never used to run by a flame, so I imagine it was... at least possessed some magical properties.
Yeah.
I don't know about the pearls, though.
It's possible. They were found in an excavation, right?
That's true, they were found. I honestly forgot that. I thought he had carved them.
That
pearls
was
were found. Then he carved them.
Right, okay.
the bone beads.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
So, both valuables and also goats. They might just be some manner of bandits laying nearby.
Just scavengers trying to survive.
If nothing else, I think we should at least look into it in the morning.
Yeah.
After we make sure that Leoden and Abel have from those wounds.
Yeah. We'll have to watch that. It's strange that the cold would linger.
Unfortunately, it's not the first time something like that's likely going to happen, nor the last. I'm going to be taking a room to myself in the inn tonight, though, so if you want to keep an eye on Leoden.
Yeah, not a problem.
I'm going to have to endure some more of Trovis's gushiness before anything else.
So, about that, do you actually like him, or are you using him?
Do you want the answer I usually tell people or the honest truth?
The honest truth.
At first I was. Now I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'll admit, I don't know if I have what many would consider romantic feelings. The truth is that in the Underdark, we are taught not to even feel those sorts of things. It's seen as a weakness that can be exploited. But I'm fond of him.
I'm happy that you found someone you're fond of.
If nothing else, I think I would miss him if he departed this world.
That's enough. You really shouldn't use people for your own ends.
Same can be said for any tool you have in your arsenal. Sometimes we have to do what we can to survive.
Different opinion.
Different
Yeah.
We
opinion.
really should get back.
Probably before Abel and Grimly stop collapsing. There's no way they're going to stay conscious with that drink.
Abel, Grimly, Leoden. Let me pick back up at the inn, or excuse me, at the tavern. People have started to, I guess, trickle off into the night. It seems everybody got their rowdiness out. Trovis has begun to kind of like cater to people as they make their way out and making sure that they're okay, that they can make it back, that they're not going to collapse in the snow and freeze overnight, that kind of stuff. You kind of get the feeling of the equivalent of a designated driver or dad kind of aspect to him as he leads people back to their house if need be.
I am gonna go up to the half elf that was outside. Pick up another cup that he was just like polishing. I'll pick up one and I'll grab a rag and I'll just start polishing. Go. So, can I get a drink, please?
Yeah, sure. What are you having?
What you got?
Well, we got the,
Please don't say meat.
well, we got mead.
Mm-hmm.
But we have, you know, special reserves if you're looking for a little bit something fancier.
Always.
Well, sure. Do you just want the one then?
Let's start off with the one, yeah. Unless
Okay.
you'd like to have a drink with me.
No, I'm good. Why don't you have a seat there and I'll get you one glass. It's last call soon though, so just a heads up.
Fine.
I've
I've got to get my friends back to the inn anyhow.
He goes, here, and he just hands you the drink, and he goes, that'll be 5 silver pieces.
All right. She hands him 7.
And he goes, thank you.
Cool.
Continues cleaning. It's just it's a bit stronger than the mead that you're used to. A bit more alcoholic. Has a bit of like more of the honey flavor to go along with the regular mead.
Well, this is nice.
Yeah, we keep it just in case.
Did you have an issue with your mead running dry with good mead issues?
No, we actually get our mead from the dwarves up at the cairn. They bring down their mead
Gotcha.
from there, so we don't have to travel all the way to Goodmead or them back up to us. So we're well in
That's
supply.
convenient. Wonderful. I quickly down the rest of the glass. Thank you very much.
No problem. I enjoyed your playing you had over there. That was very nice.
Thank you. Oh, I appreciate it.
Been a while since
do.
we seen anybody come in here with an instrument.
Well, should I come back? I might come back and play again.
I'm sure people would like
Because
that.
I
Yeah.
really enjoy playing for folks. But I should probably get at least one of the two back to the inn.
Oh, them your friends over there on the floor. Hey,
It's
yeah,
going
you
to
might
be
wanna
hard,
Might
but
want to go take care of them.
yeah. All right, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna-
Abel, you want to see a trick?
Do it.
My buddy Torig taught me that. Good times.
All right, you two, come on, let's go.
Oh, yeah.
Nope, come on. And I'm walking behind you
Where are we
because
going?
I'm not dumb. Back to the inn. You're falling
Oh.
asleep at the table.
Last call, y'all. Everybody out.
Oh,
Finish up your drinks.
My chest still hurts.
And I'm still breathing frost. This isn't going to be fun. But if we die, I had a good last night. Did you have a good last night?
I had to turn a poor girl away.
Why?
She wanted me to dance with her, and I didn't want to.
oh, there ain't no harm in a dance.
I'm married.
What?
You're married?
I'm married.
Congratulations.
I don't
I can't be dancing with
Don't-
any girls.
think he just got married.
Oh. Right.
To the inn.
Right, come on. Let's
To
go.
the end.
Like, somehow get them both standing.
Yeah, sure. Trovis helps you out. He smiles as he sees Abel and Grimly have enjoyed themselves, and as they get out of the front door, he gives them a friendly kick in the ass and has them move along their way. And as you are making your way,
Kinrava says that stuff that you brew in your shoe. Is she lying?
he rolls his eyes. I don't even wear shoes.
That's what I was thinking, but I was just curious. All right, thank you. Have a good night,
That's a-
Trovis.
Yeah.
He's a good guy.
Y'all have a good night. And then
Nope,
you guys,
wrong direction. Let's go.
No. Oh.
You guys make your way back to the inn. The inn is quiet. It is a nice solace place to find rest. And when you
We're
get
just
there,
gonna see serpentine patterns in the snow.
when you get there, you notice, of course, that the fox is still curled up by the fire, fast asleep. And you are welcome to any of the rooms. And everything is as said before.
I'm like taking off my armor as we're struggling to go up the stairs.
Wait, you might want to take that off, not down here.
It's hot.
Abel, are we rooming?
Sure.
Bunkmates.
So you guys are able to bunk up. You guys, of course, you gather your stuff. You go into the same room. Leodin, you are sober enough to realize that there's about 20 open rooms open, and they go into the same room together for bunkmate reasons.
Just
And
God damn it.
Alanu and Kin, you make your way back.
he said he was married, guys.
You make your way back to the inn. And you know you're there. Do you wish to rest for the night?
Yeah, Kinrava will get her own room.
Yeah, everybody's
she-
free.
Oh,
And she'll use some time while in her room to summon Omen back as well.
Okay. Make sure you deduct the price and everything like that of the summon.
Yeah.
Grimly, you got something?
Yeah, I'm gonna stumble over next to the bed and set my axe aside. Set my shield on top of it.
Mhm.
I'm gonna take off my tabard, lay it across the bed, and I'm just gonna say a short prayer. Helm, today was tough, and that fight, I just want to say that Torg sent me towards you, and I can feel you with me. The things that you have done for me to protect my friends. I just want to say I appreciate it. And I want you to know that I will fight to protect this land and my friends. As long as you are with me. Thank you.
Olanu, did you have
Eden
something?
is going.
yeah. She's just gonna kind of scoop up the fox as gingerly as she could. And
You
take it
pick him up.
upstairs.
Yeah, you pick him up and he mumbles. He's like, "No, I'm still in my suit."
And she's gonna kind of follow Leodin up. Hey, Leodin.
Yeah.
Maybe you should keep him with you. You know, he could get our attention if you need help.
Oh,
I assumed you wanted to room on your own.
that's fine. There are lots of rooms, so don't see why not. I'm gonna go get Grimly and Abel some water though, and just set it in their room because they're gonna need it in the morning.
Yeah, they are. Okay. If you need anything, she'll head up to her room.
All right, just put me in the one next to you,
Okay.
and I'll find it.
Okay.
I sneak downstairs to the kitchen. I find 2 glasses. I fill them up with water, and I gingerly knock.
Yep. You
the
also
guy's
find
door.
you find some blackened trout
Oh,
that has been cooked and left out.
I enough for all of us.
Yeah, it looks to be like a big ass serving, as if they waited for as long as they could, but you guys stayed out like past when she was willing to stay out and serve you, and she kind of just left it out on the table.
Makes perfect sense. I grab that, and then I hold the glasses of water, and I just kind of like grab some utensils and walk upstairs.
Yeah, you just
I love that you're actually
Gingerly knock on
carrying
the guy's
cups.
door. Oh, well, I just wanted to prove. I was like, no, like, look, people can do this.
We serving.
Yep. And you
Servers.
walk into the room. Abel is currently snoring his life away. Grimly has just finished placing his gear down on the ground and like is crawling into bed.
You're gonna need these. And I set one next to Grimly, and I set one next to Abel, and then I leave quietly.
Good night.
Good night.
Don't let the
And
bed
I
bugs
find-
bite.
Do they have? But never mind. And then I have a little bit to eat and go to whatever room
Sure.
Ice Heart has put me in.
Yep. You find yourself in a room just right next to Ice Heart's. Grimly, you find your way to sleep as you go to bite like a part of the fish, and you bite down on the fish and you forget that you have something in your mouth, and then you begin chewing as you wake up a little bit, and then finish off that little piece and put it on the plate and fall asleep. Abel, you're still snoring your life away. And Kin, of course, you can summon back Omen and finish up anything that you need for the night. And as you lay your heads down to rest for the night, a knock comes up to Kin's door.
She'll let it in. With Omen still in the room.
Yeah. As he opens the door, he's like, "Hey, Kin." Oh, and he's just poking his head in. He's like, "I hope I didn't wake you. I'm sorry. I just got done with my rounds."
You know I don't sleep, Trovas.
Yeah, I know. I meant more just like I didn't want to bother you if you were in the middle of something. I know how you are with your magic and all that stuff. Hey, I had a really good time tonight, and I just wanted to say I appreciate you coming in and making the effort to talk and see each other again. I know you are in front of all these new people, and you don't want to give off that bit of weakness we talked about, but you're still a hard ass on the inside. You don't have to do it. It's not that hard. Anyways, look, neither here nor there. I just really appreciate you being here, and hey, I just wanted to wish you a good night.
Good night, Trovas.
It's like, till next time, yeah? He just closes the door.
She's just gonna look up towards Omen and just be like, "What the fuck do you think you're looking at? Go and just shut down."
Like, his head just goes whoop, and like flips kind of like to look at you. Everybody lays their head around, everybody lays their head down to rest, and you sleep for the night. Olanu, as you are deep asleep, you are awoken by the sound of crackling embers.
Sits up.
You wake up and you see smoke coming from underneath your bed as you look around.
She gets up. Does it look like it's coming through the floorboards?
It does. It looks like it's coming through a few of the floorboards. Crackling embers, the sounds of like burning wood coming from around you.
She's gonna get her stuff on, call Percy to her shoulder.
Yep.
And rush out the door.
You call Percy to your shoulder, but as you call Percy to your shoulder, it's a very strange occurrence. As you look over at Percy, Percy is just staring you down. Like, you call Percy over to you, but Percy is just like looking directly into your soul with its eyes.
Percy.
It kind of just moves its head to the
Reach.
side and looks at you.
She reaches up towards him to try and grab him.
You go to grab him, and as soon as you touch him, just disappears into smoke. Soon, as
Head
you
out.
are looking around and you're about to head out, you hear a blood-curdling scream from outside.
Yank the door open. and
You yank
run
the door
towards the
open,
sound.
and as you yank the door open and look down the hallway seems to be engulfed in a numerous amount of flames. As you look down the hallway, you can see that some of the doors have already burnt down. A piece of ceiling collapses onto the floorboards.
Can I see anyone? Does it seem like there's a way to get to the person who was screaming?
The person that was screaming was outside, of the building. You hear as you make your way into the hallway, outside of the flames burning heavily, you can hear screams and yells of people from outside.
Is there a way to get towards Leodin or Grimly or Abel, any of their rooms?
Yeah, all their rooms are still availably next to yours.
That would be the first thing on our mind is I have to make sure that they're out of this building. So she'd run through yanking on or pounding on all of their doors.
Yeah,
seeing
you
if they open,
pound on
checking to
their
see if they're
doors.
locked.
You bust them down with your foot if necessary to get inside. You crack the wood in half and you make your way into the room, and the room is empty. It looks like the bed has been tussled though. The sheets on the bed are kind of flown off to the side.
Seeing that, she'll head downstairs.
You make your way
towards the
downstairs,
screams.
and the building that you are in is currently in flames. The kitchen is up in flames. It is hard to breathe as much of the smoke has gathered from the second floor has begun to drift down now into where you are currently. And many of the flames that were in the fireplace and everything are burning wildly as another piece of wood kind of timber falls from the ceiling and smashes into the ground, causing the ground to splinter up.
I'm gonna cover my face as much as I can and try to push through to try and get out the door.
You shoulder check the door, and the door gives way and it breaks under your weight as you pull and fall down into the snow. As you lay down into the snow on top of the broken pieces of wood, you look up, and when you look up, you can see a town on fire. Every one of the buildings currently lit aflame as there are people running to and from different buildings in through the snow. Small children crying out for their parents as people running, not knowing exactly what is going on, looking in confusion as you see some people exiting buildings on fire, and the town is in utter chaos. And as you raise your head up to kind of look around, you feel the heat of a flame burn over your body. And you go unconscious. And that's where we'll end today's session.
Ah, shit.
Cool. Not ominous at all.
No, not at all.
No, I
Super-
want to know.
Super chill night.
Super chill night. So if you are watching on YouTube, thank you very much for tuning in. I really hope you enjoyed today's episode. It was a nice, relaxing, RP-fueled adventure today, as opposed to the counter of that last episode where we killed a boss. I hope we left you on the cliffhanger of cliffhangers. That way you guys come back next Saturday or join us on YouTube next time. So thank you very much for watching. Keep being your best self, and we'll see you next Saturday. Thanks, guys.